What is good, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime 84 is here. DB Concept up against KM Caliber in the main event of this evening for the Xbox Championship. Straight after that one, straight before that one, I should say, we have the co-main event, Kai up against MBK Vuck. Two title fights on the line. Joining me in the commentary booth to call these historic fights and the stacked card that we have underneath it is the one and only, your friend and mine, J Dime TV, and of course the one and only Doctor Who. How you doing, lads?
I'm doing well. It's great to be back. It's P84. As you can see, you got Kai versus MBK Buck in the main event, of course, with the PS or the Xbox title, sorry, JO, DB Concept and KM Caliber.
Man, DB Concept and KM Caliber is an interesting matchup because if y'all remember, Concept is the one loss he has is to Caliber, Cyrus.
Yeah, it is, brother. I mean, this fight in itself is there's so much of a storyline going into it. Honestly, into both of them. Like you say, DB Concept has been on a killing spree. Currently 6-1 this season. The only loss to KM Caliber earlier on in the season, and he has been knocking off the name stock all the way to that main event, to the main event spot, to winning the title. Beat Trixie, and then he beat Dirty Dave back to back to earn that primetime gold. So obviously he's going to be riding at an all-time high. He's going to be believing in his confidence. His team believe in what he's been doing and the work he's been putting in the back. So I am really interested to see what he's able to do up against KM Caliber. And as we are going to show a little bit later on this evening with the highlight packages that we have for these guys, they have sensational finishes on their resume. They bring a lot of tools to the table.
Yeah, they really do. Multiple different styles to combine together to really make an interesting time. Caliber going more for the highlights and flashy feel. Concept more going for a slow determination. Normally actually getting a KO within that third round, Jay.
Yeah, and recently I've grown to really like Concept because he's been fighting like a man possessed, putting on great performances as of late, Cyrus.
100%, brother. 100%. Like I said, he's earned that. He went through the gauntlet to get to that primetime gold. And, KM Caliber, not only the only man to beat him in the past, but he is also a former champion, so he has tasted that gold in the past, and of course he's going to want to be able to reclaim that. The co-main event, I'll be quite honest with you, Kai right now might be one of the most hated on champions in primetime history. People have been at his neck the entire time, calling him out left and right, giving him a lot of stick in the chat, and honestly, I don't get it, man. He seems to be an absolute finishing phenom when it comes to UFC 4 out here, dog. And he's going up against MBK Vuck, one of the kind of veterans of the scene now. This is, I believe, his second opportunity at Primetime Gold. Didn't quite get it the first time up against Smudger, but believes now that it is his time to take it off Kai in a grudge match for the PlayStation Championship.
Yeah, well, two immensely different styles between Kai and Smudger. Smudger was more of a striker person to grind you down on the feet. Kai, on the other hand, he's happy to take down to the ground. So maybe Kai's going to shoot a takedown, maybe Vuck's going to shoot a takedown and end up in that position. So you may end up seeing more grappling exchanges, as you can see by Islam Makhachev pick. That's going to be more adept to getting those takedowns, looking for those shots, and Kai can retaliate back with stuff like rubber guard from Poirier.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of tools, and once again, these guys have a little bit of a highlight package coming on a little bit later on this evening. I look forward to showcasing that. Once again, very, very deep, diverse set of skill sets, and honestly, the one thing I will say that's the one similarity, Jay, between all of the competitors in the co-main and the main event is that they have that finishing instinct. We see it across all of our fights because of the high finish rate that we obviously end up with, but at the top end, they just have that killer instinct where it really doesn't take too many. One stun, maybe two, and yet normally it's game over.
Yeah, but everybody who's championship material has to have that killer instinct. When you smell blood, you have to go for the kill. Don't play with your food. Finish the food on your plate, because if you don't, that could come back to bite you, Doctor.
Yeah, it's going to be making sure that whatever you do, you make sure to get that finish early and quickly, because the longer the fight goes on, the longer the chances of them to come back. You always see this in a lot of the fights as well.
yeah, a lot more opportunity for them to work their way back into it. And of course, you know, that's what separates a good fighter from a great fighter, is their ability to get those finishes. Especially under the Primetime banner, you get extra points for finishes, and getting those finishes early is going to play massively into your favor. But we have spoken about the main and the co-main event. We have a lot of fights on here this evening, so we're not going to break down all of them, but as you can see, many names to look forward to. The Naz Dirty Dave fight, Capalot up against Driz for that #1 contender. I know Capalot's been knocking at the door for a little while now, and Driz has been on a bit of a killing spree. And of course, the teammates, TT, Hoo up against CV, Rising Star on the PlayStation side of things. I think that there's too many fights to go through, my guys, so what we're going to do is get straight into the first one. J Dime. This is one of the veterans of the community. It is STK Reaper going up against his teammate, his friend STK Storm, kicking off the card in a little bit of style and looking to put on a bit of a show for all the Primetime supporters.
Crazy. We got teammates playing off the break. Off the first match is crazy. And this should be a great match because if I'm not mistaken, Storm has been on a skid as of late. But if Storm uses grappling, he can make life hell for Reaper. But I want to see what improvements Reaper has made, Doctor.
Yeah, well, Reaper's, I think it's one of his first times been on the aired card since he made the change from having a fight night and a pay-per-view to just a pay-per-view, making it ultra more special to get on these events, and you really do have to prove yourself. And here we see him going Diego Sanchez, so he evidently wants to impress, but Storm also going the notorious Matt Brown with his killer elbows is going to definitely be a wild ride here tonight.
Well, you know, obviously teammates, they came into a bit of a gentleman's agreement to put on some fun picks, Jay, and this fight in, you know, IRL was ended with one of the most brutal knockouts that I have ever seen. That elbow from Matt Brown was...
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Diego still feeling the effects of that one, I think.
I'm still feeling the effects just like him. When he got elbow, I felt that. And I have a theory why they're picking fighters like this. It may sound like I'm a hater, but in this case, Reaper has nothing to lose. If he lose, he can say, I have Diego Sanchez. If he win, he looks amazing, Doctor.
This is very true, but it's the same way with Storm, to be fair. If he beats Diego Sanchez with Matt Brown, it's definitely up there. Matt Brown's boxing itself is actually quite nice. I've used it a couple of times. It's very flexible. Although, to be fair, it is a completely legitimate strategy, I've got to admit, just to elbow spam with Matt Brown.
He has got savage elbows. Isn't it like 5-star in this game? I'm not the stat guy, but it's a hard one. I will say Diego Sanchez should not be slept on. I'm not too proud to tell you that a member of the Primetime community has slept my Cub Swanson with Diego Sanchez. So
oh my God,
yeah, I know, bro, it
real?
hurt. And as I say it, he gets a nice big rock with that left hand landing flush on the chin of Matt Brown. Seems to have recovered very quickly, of course. The Immortal One has a chin for days, but he doesn't want to take too many more of those, though.
Yeah, it's a hooks, it's just straight. Both of them are planning on that jab at rear hook to really just try and get in. Just a stun, digs down to the body afterwards, coming forward constantly, just trying to get through that block, but just managing not to. The uppercut there, getting the stun, and continuing on this pressure, Jay.
Why does Diego Sanchez, why does he look so good? This isn't Joshua Fabia in his corner no more. He must have a legit coach, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's been readjusting. I think those training sessions for bare knuckle boxing has got him tuned in and back into the fighting spirit, because he is unloading with combinations right now. Nice little counter back from STK Matador, also known as Storm, as he switches stance. But he does need to get some changes implemented into this game. Needs to make some adaptations out here, Doc, because right now Diego Sanchez is running away, beating up that block and getting a number of stuns to this point in the fight.
Yeah. Number of stuns, but to bring it down to leg kicks, kicking the leg slowly, a head kick comes out, body kick following suit straight afterwards. They are slowly working those leg kicks, and that's going to affect the power in those hands. Those hands don't have a lot of power overall statistically, but if you kick the legs even more, they're just going to be like pillows hitting you.
Oh my God.
Oh, say that.
Hey, this match may be over. Oh, never mind. Oh, Diego. What if he got head kicked when he did that, Cyrus?
Oh my. You know what? This is one of the things about Reaper, right? He has got finished in fights that he's ahead because he does like to get confident. He does like to get those highlight reel knockouts. He does not want to play with his food against somebody like Matt Brown and Storm, Doc, but my God, is he starting to run away with it. That damage mounting up quickly, brother.
bear that damage amount up correctly. Several knockdowns in that first round towards Reaper. A couple of taunts as well to follow. He's got to be careful that he does not get randomly stuck in one of them. He's unable to defend himself here, Joe.
Yeah, Reaper looks really good with Diego Sanchez right now, but I don't want to jinx him, and next you know, he gets stunned, but he's I was about to say I almost jinxed him, Cyrus.
Almost, but you didn't. Goddamn, Reaper hit and Storm so hard, it's causing a bit of an issue with the broadband, it would seem.
He made it lag?
Yeah,
he punched him that hard, it started lagging.
Bro, he punched him so hard his Ethernet cable popped out, it would appear, because this is not looking great, is it? This is not looking great. Hopefully it comes back. We'll give him a couple of seconds extra, as long as we can time. It is over. Humble in the chat, sick at home, cheering on these boys, but that's over, guys. We'll find out what the result is, if there was a result, if they finish. But unfortunately,
I think Storm is asleep. He probably sleep right now.
Yeah, I mean,
or he made a comeback. I don't know. The match is probably over by now.
Yeah, it's got to be over, bro. It's got to be over. So, that's absolutely fine. So we've got up next, sorry, a little bit of confusion there. Got a couple of things coming in from the back, but I think that we move on to our second fight of the early prelims. As we said, lots of fights ahead of us here this evening, Doctor. All of these guys actually are going to be, kind of from this next fight onwards, or after this next fight, I should say, they're all in the top, 25, top 30 odd, and it really starts to heat up very, very quickly. This is a great opportunity for some old veterans on a, maybe a little bit of a decline to come up against some fast rising talent or debuts, and allow them to try and at least make their opportunity against one, or make their names against one of the veterans of the scene. We've seen it time and time again. Evo's been around 5-5 right now, going up against Double Matt 0-0. I think this is a really competitive matchup, even though Double Matt has not competed here before. He is also, a familiar to the esporting community.
Yeah, he's very familiar. I've fought him a few times in Fight Night as well as UFC, so he's an interesting character. Loves the beat. Also, will happily headbutt your own punches in Fight Night. So that tells you the type of person Matt is. So you got to imagine he's going to come in with this idea of just being aggressive, non-stop, putting on that pressure, whilst Evo's going to probably use the footwork. By the looks of it, with Dillashaw hit with Moreno and just figure out ways to beat him.
I mean, look, let's be honest, Jay. If he's going TJ Dillashaw, he does not want to be blocking punches with his face. That chin cannot withstand the test of time. Maybe Moreno was a bit more of a pick, but they actually can't use either of these picks. So it
is flyweight.
Sorry, my bad.
Flyweight.
I apologize. My hand's up. Dead wrong, me guys. That's okay. They can go this. I forgot. Yeah, there's not much of an option down here, is there? Really? It's only really 5.5-star picks.
Yeah, there's only like 10 fighters in the whole flyweight roster, it seems like.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're TJ, you don't want to get punched on the block, because his block is an 89 and a few shots to block and it's over for you. Once your block is gone, it's really over, Doctor.
Yeah, it really is. You got to be careful. Just a note to bring back to the previous fight, we did get combination of a second round KO by Reaper, I want to say, but we've also got conflicting information. It's Storm. All we know is a second round KO here.
Hey, somebody can lie. We ain't see what happens. Somebody can lie.
Sorry, laughing in the chat. I had Naz coming in and saying he appreciates, he likes the new look, motivated corner type shit, and I appreciate it, but it's more balding type shit. But we proceed. We get a bow and a taunt, and then a bow to start off this one. I think it's going to start very quickly. If anything Doc said is going to be true, and it appears to be, my man. No backsteps from Double Matt so far.
Uppercuts, lead hooks, a lot of the original UFC 3 combos coming out to play here. A lead hook there as well, hoping to get past. Seems like both of these guys just want to stay pressured in each other's faces, Joe.
Yeah, they said forget footwork. We're in the phone booth brawling. And if I'm TJ, I got to keep moving my head. Do not let that touch your block, TJ.
Don't let that touch your chin either, because he is Evo showing some of his veteran savvy right now, trying to pour on the pressure, catching Double Matt on the entries, as you see already, Dog, trying to also mix in the clinch attempt. Just has to be a little bit careful not to get overzealous.
I wasn't aware Brandon Moreno had that spinning heel kick out of nowhere. A bit of a wild shot indeed. Seems like Matt's going for that pullback into a lead hook. Uppercut may be better, but if he's expecting to pull off to the side, it can also work. The roundhouse coming through, just digging back. Lunge back gets him out of the way, but now he's back into the phone booth here.
Oh my, what is their relationship between these two? Like, are they friends? Because they're brawling like they don't like each other. I need to hear the backstory on this, Cyrus.
Well, from what I hear, this is the way that Double Matt likes to fight, Doctor. You attested to that a little bit earlier on. And if anything has shown me from Evo over his primetime span, it's that this man will meet fire with fire. So don't test this man or don't challenge this man to a rock'em sock'em sort of matchup, because he will more than willingly engage in that. And as you can see, at least in this situation so far, coming up Trump stock, landing the better shots.
Oh!
Yeah, he is. Oh, that was a beautiful stun there, putting on the pressure. Matt just managing to use the head movement. Matt's got some impressive head movements, kind of kept him in the fight for the most part. I think he's looking for one big shot, which goes for a takedown, but Evo getting a lovely defend. That's a very impressive job.
I was going to give him a compliment saying that's a good takedown, but Brandon Moreno was ready for it, and he's back on the front foot again. And it's crazy because even though Brandon Moreno may be winning, anything can happen because they're in the phone booth, Cyrus.
Exactly right. And look, one thing that Dillashaw does not have is a chin, but he does, for all intensive purposes, have some of the best combinations in the game. He does not get to use them here this evening, though, Doc, as once again Moreno pouring on the pressure until he gets caught.
In the same shot he got caught with earlier, gets the knockdown as well, digs down to that body, was going to go for an uppercut, I feel like, throws a body kick, now putting the pressure on himself. He's trying to get that pullback, but Evo is wary to it, and with 30 seconds left, he's like a crane kick comes out of nowhere.
He's we gonna let him live?
Bro, I thought that was comeback season. Double Matt maybe playing with his food a little bit out here, Jay.
Yeah, or he got some respect for him because that was game. I think that was game if he would have just jumped.
Oh my god. Oh my
Saved
god.
by the bell. Jesus. These two coming out, already putting on one of the fighter with the knives, and we're only on the second fight. Jesus.
That's mental, man. That's mental. As you say, don't count him out, right? Don't count him out. He came back with a vengeance, Jay. Jay on point with his calls here this evening. I will say, though, they are really starting to let loose, right? I feel like there's been, because they have both been rocked and both been dropped now, they're just kind of at a point where they're letting their weapons fly and letting the chips fall where they may.
I'm expecting to see another crane kick. Lovely bow of respect by Matt. Now coming forward again. That pullback, it seems like if Evo wants to score a clean shot on him, he's just got to time that pullback.
Man, also, all he gotta do is... Whoa! Never mind. TJ, I'd lay here if I'm TJ. I'm not getting up. I'm laying here until the ref stand me up. I gotta recover, Cyrus.
Yeah, definitely so, bro. Definitely so. He does get back up. His chin is recovered, but not too much, man. He doesn't really have too much left that he can give in this case. Just has to be really kind of, you know, light on his feet, Doc. Needs to get on that bike, kind of circle around, try to buy some time really for, you know, Evo to maybe get a little bit frustrated and to overextend, because every single time in the pocket he is just getting caught, and that damage is mounting up fast.
That head kick.
He's dead.
Nowhere, killing DJ Dillashaw instantly.
Oh my gosh.
You said, Jay, he's dead indeed.
Oh my gosh. Is he okay?
No, bro. he's not. I feel bad for him, man. He had a family. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll never be the same after that. Evo just capitalized with maximum damage, bro. The way that was just a naked head kick, right? But he timed it after that hit stun. Beautiful, bro. Absolutely beautiful from Evo.
That was perfectly timed. Just everything about it. I think Double Matt just let go of block, and then that head kick came straight to his face. He did a very impressive job there.
Oh my gosh, I'm speechless. That's insult to injury. He could have finished him with anything when he stunned him. Why you have to kick his head off like that?
I know, bro. They showed a lot of respect during the fight, but that head kick was anything but respectful, okay? I'll be honest, bro. I'll be honest. The next one, my man, is a really fun fight to kick off the first fight of the actual prelims. And it's going to be between a, you know, we speak about veterans, a true veteran of the scene, and that is going to be DB Ginger. Ginger has been around both on the PlayStation and on the Xbox side, predominantly on the Xbox side, and I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, Doc, he's now making a run back on the Xbox division, is that right?
Yeah, this is at least an Xbox one. I know he's been jumping between the two. He's made a couple of runs towards the PS side, but as you said, he's probably going to be going this time. This time around, though, against Lyric MMA and up-and-comer, I think he made his debut only a few cards ago, in fact. So it should be a fun time in the welterweight division as well. With, by the looks of it, going to be a striking matchup.
Yeah, so, Jay, I could be wrong on this. I think I mentioned this to you before the card. Lyric MMA is either the guy that is from Regicide, or I'm confusing him with a guy that is in Regicide. So I do apologize if that's the case, but...
I don't think he's in Regicide.
He's not, is he? Okay, so he is the guy I confused with it. There's another guy that's got MMA or his name, similar sort of thing. But anyway, long story short, we did see him fight very recently, and he came out with a really standout performance, if I remember rightly. I think he got the finish. I think he got it quickly. Obviously, and he was looking good. He was looking good after that performance. So to come up against a veteran, ranked number 25, DB Ginger, in this one is a big opportunity for him to climb up those rankings.
Yes, sir. It is, but which Ginger are we getting? Are we getting Ginger or are we getting the Ginger from the Grand Prix? Because the Ginger from the Grand Prix is a mythical character, Doctor.
That is a very mythical character. But he got to win over Dirty Dave during that period, so... He's a mythical creature. Here, though, we see he's very slow, very patient. He doesn't want to engage. He's working those leg kicks. It seems like he knows he doesn't want to engage with power to power, even when he's McGregor. McGregor's got more power overall, but if you just kick those legs, make it slow, reduce that power overall, it just means you get better trades anyway.
This is good engagements from Lyric MMA right now. The pull counters after he throws his combinations, anticipating the combinations coming back from Ginger. And Ginger seems to be caught a little bit cold right now. He needs to warm up.
Whoa! He pulled his pull. Yeah, his hand's cold right now. That's what I feel like. That's why it's important sometimes to warm up. Because when you play with cold hands, it's like you know what you want to do, but you can't react, Doctor.
Yeah, fires that straight away, making the read and the adjustment from that full shot there, and now he's going back. I feel like if I'm Ginger, I need to put a bit more pressure on because Masvidal's coming forward. He's the one being aggressive. He's dictating that range. So if McGregor can start pushing him towards the cage instead, he's going to have a bit more success with it.
Oh!
Beautiful.
Oh!
The well-timed elbow from the Irishman. The young Ginger trying to come back into this fight after Lyric MMA has been pressing him for the first 2.5 minutes, Jay. Obviously, Lyric has now recovered and is trying to come back, but that big elbow means that he now has to be a little bit more wary on the entries.
Yeah, but if I'm Lyric, I'm going to still be composed. I'm not going to get too overzealous because I did get stunned, but it's only the first round. There's still some time for me to recover and make up for it, Doctor.
Yeah, I'm just noticing the block of McGregor, though, is very low. It seems to be the story of the last 3 fights so far. Just everybody just wailing on that block, wanting it to go and disappear. And head kick comes out there, does land in nicely. And again, Masvidal putting on his pressure. He just wants to keep it in control completely here, don't he?
No, for sure. When he is, other than that elbow, he seems to have been front running this entire thing. I do feel like Ginger has the ability to make adaptations, and he is actually in a better stamina position, which is fairly rare for a Conor McGregor player that maybe is trying to go for that knockout. But we've seen it for in the past from Ginger, Jay. He's not out of a fight until it's completely and utterly over, until he's face down on that canvas or the judges are calling it the other way. I just have a little bit of a concern about the damage he's starting to eat, because Lyric is really starting to find a home for his shots. They're sneaking through very, very nicely.
Yeah, but I like the patience that Ginger is fighting with too. He's making Masvidal waste some shots, but he can't eat some of them shots to the block. He gotta get out the way so his block can't continue to get lower, Doctor.
Yeah, no, he's got to be very careful of how to engage. But I feel like Ginger's also doing that because you're seeing Lyric sneak in shots, but at the same time, as you can see with that stamina's in the favour of Ginger, and you've got to imagine if he keeps his pace slow, patient, methodical, he's going to be able to whittle it down to maybe either capitalise later on in this round or into the third.
Well, the second round, with a big stamina advantage for Ginger, he can theoretically start to turn up the pressure right here and try to really punish Lyric's stamina deficit and put him in a pretty dire situation if he should make it to the third round. But as you mentioned, Jay, whether or not he has done enough damage to that block and head health to really keep kind of Connor second guessing, we're only about to find out, brother. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Nice. Ginger's patience. Ginger looks good right now. He's had really good patience and really good counters. And when he gets hit, he's not getting punched consistently. It's usually one shot that gets him. Oh.
No, you're absolutely right, Jade. Well, your calls are on point today. I maybe kind of started to think that he was getting a little bit behind with the damage in the first round, but the patience is exactly what it seems to have been. He does get caught a few times right there from Lyric, but his stamina waning very quickly as he gets clipped again.
Oh my God. That looks good.
A lot of job done for finish now, jumping on his opponent. His opponent doing a good job blocking, just managing to survive, but now in side control, McGregor can whale elbows, gets a deny there, and
okay, am I back? Am I back? Am I back?
You're here?
Yeah, you're back.
You're all good.
Okay, we're good.
The camera, bro, it's all good.
I was scared for a second. I'm not gonna lie to you.
At least it's not the skipping thing that happened the other day. Bro,
yeah, that was crazy.
Well, Ginger does get top mount. He has shown that he has really rounded out his game from these top positions, being able to mount very effective ground and pound in the past, Doctor, but so far so good from Lyric, who has been pretty good on the denials up until that one right there.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm Ginger currently, I'm getting up. He had a lot of success. He's got the stamina advantage. The head health is blinking after a couple of rabbit punches, even on bottom. You can just get back up onto your feet, get on your pedal bike again towards your opponent, get that jab established, and then start setting up shots. Because that's what Ginger was doing for the majority of the fight. He was doubling up on that jab and then following a shot behind it. A hook, an uppercut, and a lead hook. Anything just to counter the head movement of Lyric, which is how he wants to punish his opponent, but he just can't get it with Ginger because Ginger's forcing that head movement into the way he wants it.
I do agree with you. However, I do believe that because of the amount of time left on the clock, he is securing the round. He doesn't want to risk maybe getting caught. I feel like you probably agree, Jay, because you called it from the first round, but he just feels very confident in his ability to win this fight now because he's got past the toughest hurdle, which was that first round where Lyric was going hell for leather for him and had the stamina to do so.
Yeah, he drained Jorge's stamina, and now he's at the point where Jorge, now he can increase his output because Jorge can't throw with him anymore because he has a lower stamina. So it's really good IQ by Ginger, Doc.
Yeah, 19 to 4 significant strikes in that second round. Impressive job by Ginger. Head health is low, the block's low, and the stamina of Masvidal, so it's just going to capitalize. If you're Masvidal, you're going to be really trying to force a big into your favor.
Oh my
gets into him. Go straight for the ground and pound the
it.
Shots a hit. No? How? What?
Well, the Lyric MMA blocked that last punch with his chin, but somehow remained conscious enough to be able to get the reversal, J-Dime. 4 minutes left on the clock. What can he do?
If he's going to be on this ground here, I'd stand up if I'm him. If you're going to be here, you have to finish him because you're obviously down 2 rounds. So I'd stand right up, Doctor.
Yes, I think I would agree because Ginger's got the knockdown this round. He's got the secure. Only needs a bit more damage. He's most likely done it. Ginger, he's mad. Just needs to stay patient, stay calm. Just make sure he doesn't get into top mount and just have fun. Basically, he can chill out for the most part. He's now against Cage, so Sprawl should be the option just to get back up. But he's got to be worried that maybe Lyric will be denying it. Doesn't do. Go straight into the clinch now.
Yeah, he timed it very nicely and instantly starts to work the body with those knees. Obviously, Jorge Masvidal incredibly concerned about the damage going to his head as his head health continuously blinking out here, J-Dime. Obviously, as soon as he gets the separation, it's out of the fire, into the frying pan.
Forget the separation, he's dead. Forget that. He's done. It's over.
DB Ginger. He is apparently cut of that elk this evening, J-Dime. That was the mythical kind of creature that was the Grand Prix version of Ginger. Calm, calculated, came in with a game plan, and my God, did he execute? Of course, across the course of what was maybe like 13 minutes of that fight. A very smart game plan, brother.
He looked great. Ginger looked great. Like that looked like Grand Prix Ginger again. He fought composed. He had good patience. Even when he caught a shot, like I said, he wasn't catching a lot of shots in a row, and he was taking a step back. So he would get hit with one, but he wasn't getting hit with the third or the fourth strike. He just fought a perfect fight almost, Doc.
Yeah, you really did. The first round was very back and forth. It looked like it could have gone either way. That second round, though, Ginger capitalized, got the striking together, put it all together. And then that third round, it was all Ginger. It looked like he had an idea of how to just maybe grapple, but then Ginger found a way up onto his feet and just took the fight there.
Well, my guys, another one in the history books. From what I see right here, there is a bit of a change-up maybe to the graphic. Cloud MMA will actually now be fighting KIA Blake, 2-1, ranked number 22, taking this fight on short notice. This man, true professional, man. He was on a 2-0, really kind of like dominating in his performances. Came up a little bit short, I believe, in his last performance, but accepting one on short notice right here, Jay, I feel like that's a lot of confidence from this man. He's obviously not been affected by that loss. He just wants to get back in there and maybe feel like right some wrongs that, he feels like happened in the last one.
We're talking about Blake, right, Cyrus?
Yes, sir.
So it's crazy because even the fight he lost, he was dominant. He won 99% of the fight and then end up getting armbarred. If I was him, I'd be so upset because you essentially had the fight won.
Mm-hmm.
And you just lost. Hopefully, he don't let that discourage him, and he could put on a great fight against a very tough opponent, Doctor.
Yeah, you got to imagine that maybe this time around he's learned from his previous mistakes, learned how he can have such a dominant performance, and then just start to be able to come back from that. And against the Max Holloway, that's going to be difficult because because Max Holloway has a lot of recovery, a lot of stamina, and a lot of cardio just to even whittle down to begin with.
Well, the time is now 15 minutes on the primetime clock. Max Holloway, Jorge Masvidal in the lightweight division. As you can see, Magical Cloud on the left-hand side of things, trying to press the action, trying to use a bit of a probing jab and attack to the body. But as you can see, Blake is incredibly patient, Jay, and, honestly, maybe one of the more diligent strikers on the roster.
That's crazy. That's crazy to hear. But Blake has made some improvements. He's looked amazing this season in primetime, even in that loss. But what's going through his head? Does he have PTSD from Max Holloway subbing him last week, Doc?
Well, he's been pretty preemptive in a lot of his strikes, as you can tell. Knees to the body working as well. The stamina already being seen kind of different. Lovely little body kick to the leg, then to the body as well. Another one comes out, but the combo by Holloway as well. It seems like Holloway wants to go everywhere. Masvidal's headhunting, but using the kicks when he can.
He is. I will say one thing, though, and I'm surprised that he's actually had a bit of a stamina deficit. I'm not sure what that came from, because quite honestly, the defense right now from Blake has been sensational. He has blocked maybe 85% of all of the shots that's come his way. Holloway's doing a good job of probing him, but he has done a really good job up until this point, kind of being defensive, although some shots are starting to sneak through now, and that death by 1,000 cuts by Holloway, Jay, it's only a matter of time before they start bleeding through.
Yeah, he's starting to get hit a lot by Max. But imagine if Max had more power. He may have got stunned, Doc.
Yeah, he may have got some, especially on that head kick he threw earlier, but you just got to be wary of what type of fight pick you're using. And as Looney mentioned, a death by 1,000 cuts is the method to go. It's the jabs, it's the strikes. You just need a volume of them, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, when you're against Max Holloway, right, this is kind of what you need. You need to get damage. You need him to respect the power so that he can't just continue to walk you down and throw those shots unanswered. Obviously, there needs to be something to answer that back. Now, he's very hard to put away, and as a result, Jay, you do have to manage your Oh, my God, never mind.
Man, how did he go from stunning him to Max Holloway stunning him? Now he has to keep his composure. Man, if Max didn't have that chin, that uppercut may have took him out of this arena, Doc.
Yeah, it may have done. Now going back to those jabs, the teeps though coming out. Well, I think that's where the majority of the stamina deficit's coming from here, Looney. You got to imagine just digging down to that body non-stop, poking and prodding it. It's going to really do the damage here.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a really good job with it. He does risk that uppercut, Jay Dime, but for the most part, he's been just about in range when he needs to be, and just about out of range when when the shots are coming back the other way. But that was bad, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He was just playing with death. He was just playing with death just now. He was playing with his life. He could have got killed.
Bro.
Why would you throw that? I think you just give him the fight. That's what I think, Doc.
Yeah, it was very close. Nearly saved by the bell. Some may say there. It was a very close shot. And that's a good job by Blake, just being able to read that distance. In fact, because he was just out of reach and then looked to give a big counter. Here though, Holloway putting on the pressure. Lovely bit of circling around his opponent, now putting back on it. Trying to hold that center octagon, but having a bit of difficulty, especially just because Max is just this unrelenting brick wall in some cases.
That body shots!
Jesus, the death by 1,000 cuts already coming out.
Yeah, he is. These shots are already starting to mount up. Maybe like 150 shots have been landed now by Max Holloway.
Damn.
I mean, look, he feels like he's in control.
Oh man, Max Holloway's on fire right now. Blake needs to keep his composure if he wants a chance, because if he panic and fight with his ego, here we go.
Hooks doubled down to the body as well. It's looking like Holloway wants to fight the body battle whilst Masvidal wants to headhunt, and it's going to be the case of which one falls first. Will it be the tower that crumbles, or will it be the head just gets decapitated here?
Somebody get knocked out. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is the closest I've seen Max Holloway to being knocked out in a while as he gets clipped again. The stamina not quite there for Blake, and that is definitely something that he is going to be getting a little bit frustrated about. He knows if he had that little bit extra in the gas tank, he may have already been able to close this fight out, but you've got to expect Max Holloway to be there for a full 15 or 25 if that's, the pace of the fight. He doesn't die, Jay. You said it right, bro. You said it right the first time. He doesn't die.
Yeah, well, someone's going to die today. I don't know if it's going to be Max, but someone's going to die today. And it's crazy because Max Holloway has absorbed the most significant strikes in the UFC history and never been down, Doc. Woo! Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm telling you, man.
Masvidal takes one short burst here, just going ballistic to the ground.
Max Holloway is basically immortal, I feel like. I mean, like, this guy probably is never going to age. That's why he never gets rocked. The guy cannot be killed. He can be hurt, he can be maimed, but you can't kill this man.
He can't go down.
No, he can't, bro. Like the different breed of zombie, right? I mean, not even headshots put this guy down.
He got stunned.
Wait, if Max survived, if he survives, Max has a good chance. If he can survive, this round, he has a good chance with a stamina deficit right now.
Oh my God, man, that's just mental. Like his durability above everything else, bro, is mental.
And his stam's still being so high as well. It is utterly ridiculous. Just the fact that it doesn't matter. He's just going to keep coming at you non-stop.
Oh my!
Oh! That was close.
Clipped his nose on the way past. Boy, Masvidal. Entire life flashed before his eyes right there, Jay. Fuck, man, like that would have been a scary moment, right?
That was close. That was really close. And now Max Holloway can put his foot on this gas. Let's see how much stamina Jorge gets back first. No, Max is going to have a lot more stamina.
Yeah, it's not a great deal, bro. It's not a great deal of recovery there from Jorge Masvidal, but maybe just enough if he's able to time some counters, but not if Cloud is able to continue to work the body in such a beautiful way, Doctor. Every time he touches that body, he just continues to attack the well, and means that, basically Blake doesn't really have anything to continue to counter back with because his stamina's already drained from the shots that he's being hit with.
If I'm Max here, I'm just standing in front of him, firing jabs. I think at this point, I'm looking to get rid of my stamina advantage by just destroying the block and trying to knock him out with the head. Try a couple of jabs, throw the hooks, throw the uppercuts, mix it up, try to get your opponent to lean into it instead of countering that side.
He's tight.
Oh my God, can he come back?
Oh.
Hey!
Up kick of doom saves another man again. Not for long, no! Not for long!
Max is dead! Max is dead!
He killed Max.
Oh my God.
Finally.
Brother, I mean...
Oh my God.
If Max was gonna go down, it was through some shit like that, bro. That was crazy. The comeback, Jay. The comeback of all comebacks.
You see, I missed what he said in the chat. Blake said KIA.
Is that what he said? Is that what he said?
Yeah. He said he got KIA on his back right now. He said, "This is my team. I got y'all."
I can't believe he got that dub. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cloud MMA, I'm pretty sure that used to be Magical Cloud. Hopefully one of the guys in the back can confirm it. But he's an OG that hasn't been seen in a little while. He's come back, taking this fight in short notice. I hope to see him back in the future because he was looking freaking good this evening until he got put down, of course. But Blake, man, from the jaws of defeat, he brings back another W. God, man, that sent shivers down my spine. That finish, it was. I feel bad. I feel bad for Cloud, but also for Blake. You know, to stick through that to the very end. Credit where credit is freaking due, my man. It sets us up though, Doc, for the next one. It is the Xbox division. Another DB faithful, DB Toasty Toes. He is currently ranked number 19 on the Xbox division, taking on ranked number 30 in Hey It's Fran, who was on a bit of a killing spree until recently, where I can't remember who he ran up against. It was a good name though, and he ended up picking up an L. But obviously a very, very fast rising star under Primetime MMA, and I feel like this is his big opportunity to bounce back and get a big W over a veteran.
Yeah, Toasty can come out in two different styles. He can come out as being a superb striker who is every bit of range money, every bit of jabs, every bit of everything. Or he can come out like the wrestling maniac who just wants to dive for your legs and hold you to the ground. That's, you have one or you have the other. It doesn't seem to be a mix with the two. It's just how Toasty is. I assume it's due to nerves because leg fights are always that type of nerve intensive. But that's just that's all we get with Toasty. But both ways are fantastic. With Fran, most likely going to be looking just to keep this overall general ability, looking to strike, looking to keep it calm, looking to keep it measured, especially when Toasty wants to offer either a really hectic style, either kickboxing or wrestling.
I'll be straight up with you. Sorry to jump in there, Jay, but I'll be straight up with you. You said Toasty Toast was a striker, and I was going to call some BS right there, but he's actually gone Mark DeCasey, so, I mean, I might be wrong, bro. Maybe he's a new man.
He's got a couple of wins. I think one of the most notable striking wins is Lyoto Machida against B-Fat Warbsley.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? You said the pressure gets to him in these league fights, right, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can hear me, Toasty Toast, he's saying you scared. You're scared every time you fight. He's saying you don't have no balls, no heart. Prove him wrong.
You trying to get me and Toasty into a match or something? Here?
No, I'm just playing. But prove him wrong, Toasty.
Rise to the occasion, Toasty.
Well, on that night, both of these guys are already starting their hectic pace. Toasty digging down to that body, sticking him against towards the cage, looking like he wants to mix in all styles. Lovely heel kick there, also coming out. But the jabs here seem to be the main story, just getting themselves established, getting that range adapted here.
Well, maybe I'm being a little bit overcritical, but I'll be honest with you, he's already throwing too much spinning shit out here, Jay, and it's going to get him punished. The more fundamental striker in Hey It's Fran is going to start picking him apart across the course of 15. If he continues to go down that route, he needs to keep it a little bit more simple or mix it up like he just did in order to get himself ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Or take him down. But yeah, he was striking a little erratically. Like, he got to take a deep breath. He was kind of just moving really sporadically, Doc.
Ooh. Yeah, now he's zone top mount. This is where Toasty likes it more than anything else, getting those hooks out, getting that established, but Fran making a good read on the ground and pound and bringing it back to half guard.
Well, honestly, this is where his bread is buttered, man. This is where he gets his best work done. Anytime I've ever fought Toasty myself or seen him fight, this is where the fights ultimately end up. Even if he comes out with a game plan to strike, instantly, Jay, I don't know if you noticed, when he got into a stamina deficit within the first 30 seconds, even by a little bit, he instantly clinched it up and started making the fight dirty. He was like, I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to start losing second by second. And he changes things up very, very quickly. Yeah,
in the chat, they said Toasty Toes will do anything to win. You feel me? He'll do anything to win. So if that means he got to call an audible and grapple even though he don't want to, it's whatever it takes to win, Doc.
Yeah, well, The leg kick's also coming out by Masvidal. His leg got checked a few times, so that power's slightly reduced. Toasty managing to get out of the way against the cage, digs onto that body as well. Minute left on the clock, and you got to imagine your Toasty, he just wants to try get some bit of fire back, just because Masvidal seems to be non-stop pressuring him in there.
He does, and he's chopping at that leg now as well, which is going to start to affect Toasty Toe's ability to do side steps, and it's also going to lead him into some big overhands like you see Jorge Masvidal starting to queue up right there. But as I alluded to a little bit earlier on here this evening, Jay, this is what Toasty Toe does. He didn't like the looks he was being given, so he changed the looks that were available, clinched up Jorge Masvidal, and started wrestling. A different approach from a Mark DeCasey player, but it seems to be working for him so far here this evening.
Yeah, but I got to give him credit just for picking Mark, because people don't usually pick him, especially against a Jorge Masvidal.
I feel like that might be pressure from one of the leaders of DB. To be honest with you, Chinsworth, it's like his favorite fighter. He's probably like he said, pick him, hold your band. I'm joking, but no, quite like.
Also, he was in his ear.
He's definitely in his ear, bro. I don't. It was like a one of those deals he couldn't refuse sort of thing. And he lands the spin kick instantly. He just got promoted within his camp. Chinsworth is grinning year to year. I guarantee you that.
Nice, big down defense.
Well, that's over the hooks as well. The jabs from Masvidal seems to be the mainstay here, but the left leg is looking like it's having issues. If I'm Toasty, I'm going to be setting up for the top to then go down to those legs to slowly make Masvidal's tower crumble here.
And I don't even know how to use Mark DeCasey on this game, because I don't know. Like, I've never picked him in my life. I know people that pick him, but what do you do, Cyrus? I know he's a good kicker, but how do you use him?
So honestly, you just kickbox, right? You taekwondo sort of style. But like the thing about it is, the good Mark players, they will keep it fundamental. They'll keep it simple. Like a good Yair player, he's not going to come out there doing all sorts of craziness straight away. He's going to work you with fundamental shots, and he's only going to use those big shots to set up the finish. To be honest with you, Toasty Toe's obviously having some success on the feet, but that's because of the way that he's mixing everything up and just making it a little bit unorthodox and ugly. But if he was to be a little bit more kind of fundamental with it, he would have tenfold of the success that he is right now.
Ooh.
He's forced Masvidal to switch stance, but I feel like it's giving him a bit of trouble now because he's got to make new reads, new adjustments. And his opponent seems very comfortable in southpaw. Now taking it down to the mat, the takedown is beautifully timed, got it straight down to the mat so he can try capitalize on it. I think he's winning so far on the feet though, so it's more, I imagine in this case, more about just staying calm and composed, just doing a bit of damage to score more points for the judges.
Able to get up, I'm surprised about that. Toasty is normally all over the transition denials out here, Jay, but I don't know. I honestly feel like Toasty needs to settle down, bro. I just feel like somebody needs to give this guy a chill pill. He needs to find his center of zen or something, because he does seem a little bit flustered even when he's winning.
Yeah, you know how you could tell when someone's heart is racing really fast? You can tell. yeah, it's like that. He's not fighting bad, but he got to take a deep breath, relax, just focus on the task at hand. I think he's not scared, but, he's anxious, if that's...
Yeah, 100% right, bro, 100% right. And I have to point this out. We have one of Fran's supporters in the chat, a guy that's bet his entire house and lively savings on this man to win this fight, is saying, don't let him bully you, son. Don't let him bully you, son. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, Fran. He needs to come back in a big way here, of course. And doing stuff like that, really starting to let go of the techniques, is going to pay some dividends. That at a certain point, you need to kind of throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at your opponent out here, Doc.
Yeah, it's definitely seems like both of these guys are going to need the kitchen. It seems like Mark DeCasey is hitting him and clipping him with certain shots, but he just isn't landing with the same power that he wants to be in some cases. It may just be because the boxing combinations aren't exactly the right ones. He's throwing a lot of lead hooks, a lot of straights. Maybe start to looking towards the rear uppercut and the rear hook in these cases.
Man, Fran just got a pep talk in the corner, that Leon Edwards talk. Hopefully it helps him the way it helps Leon. So maybe it's Fran time this round. We're going to see, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%. If not, Jorge Masvidal maybe sucker punching him in the bar afterwards. But he does get... how did he not... I was telling you, don't catch him. He did.
Oh, man.
Actually getting the takedown, takes him straight down. Lovely adjustment between the two. You got this got stunned to the body and so decided, okay, let's get into top man and let's do some ground and pound.
It is. There's two feelings I have when I see this, Jay. One, I mean, he's doing the right thing, okay, because he needed to mix it up. Number two, it is frustrating to see a Mark DeCasey player utilize his wrestling when he's such a good kickboxer. But I feel like going to whatever tools you need to win the fight is an important thing, especially for this stage in Toasty's run. He does need to pull this one. Pull this fight off, basically. He needs to stop Fran from, starting to ascend those rankings, basically. Taking his spot.
He's doing whatever it takes to win. My bad, Doc, but he's doing whatever it takes to win. That's all it is. If he got to grapple and clinch a million times, he's I'm not losing. I refuse to lose. It is weird watching Mark DeCasey do this, though, Doc.
It is a bit weird. Just seeing Mark DeCasey tried to pull Craig on the ground. Now, though,
Not Paul Craig.
The jab, though, just of Masvidal is just non-stop, constantly in his face, just giving him grief over and over again. Toasty's trying his best to get out of the way, but it just seems like it's a never-ending streak. It seems like ever since he's broken Masvidal's leg, changed into southpaw, he's had issues there.
This might be it, bro. This might be it.
Oh my God, he's getting beat up. Oh, that speech he gave him, that stop feeling sorry for yourself, son.
Yeah.
That's helping him right now.
It is, bro. He's got to stop that inevitable takedown that is coming because Toasty Toes is shooting for those legs, my man. I'm telling you. Like it was there.
Man, that wrestling, I'm not going to lie, this round is saving him. It is saving Mark DeCasey because Jorge up, it's not saving him anymore. But Jorge is piecing him up, Doc.
Yeah, he's piecing up, shoots another takedown. He knows he doesn't want to be on the ground, and that's a lovely job there.
Another one?
Oh, the uppercut, the knees. He's trying to get something done, goes to the back. Oh, he's got 35 seconds. Masvidal most likely needs to finish. I'm going to assume it's all down to that first round you got to say.
Hey, I don't know how they judging this.
I don't know.
Oh, knee!
Oh my goodness!
Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't have enough to finish it.
Brother, what a fight. I don't know. I don't know who's won. I think maybe Toasty. Maybe Toasty, but
maybe Fran.
Maybe Fran, bro. Maybe Fran.
Maybe Fran.
Maybe Toasty, maybe Fran. You know.
Okay.
So it says.
Unanimous decision. Mark DeCasey, Toasty Toes, gets it with his wrestling, kickboxing hybrid attack. Was able to stop off Hayes Fran, who was looking very, very dangerous in spots, man. Definitely had some of the bigger moments in that fight, but I suppose the accumulative work of Mark DeCasey, DB Toasty Toes, gets the job done once again here this evening.
Yeah, he was very impressive. He used all these right tools when he did it, even using tools that you don't typically see on a fighter like Mark DeCasey. Takedowns, grappling, the ground and pound, all those different weapons being used, as well as kickboxing in general.
Had to do what he had to do, guys. He had to grapple. I didn't know Mark DeCasey had that in him like that, but he had to do what he had to do to get the win.
Well, guys, honestly, this card set in a really nice pace. I think that's our first decision of this evening, but it went by very, very quickly. But we're not going to waste any time. We're now breaching into the top 20 of the Xbox division. DB again, the DB boys in 4 stock here this evening. I give it that. DB Dezinio up against another DB boy, DB Logical, rank number 15, rank number 18, teammate v teammate. The problem is, Doc, when you start winning and your teammates are starting to win too, inevitably you find yourself towards the top end of the rankings, and ultimately friends must become foes, at least for one evening.
Exactly, and you've got to be wary, because this is the way it goes. When you're looking towards that title picture, when you look towards little fighting higher ranks, it doesn't matter who your teammate is, you're going to be fighting to fight for the belt, and that's the aim here. So it doesn't matter who your teammates are. Sometimes you'll be fighting your campmate, sometimes you won't be. It's just luck of the draw sometimes.
You know what it looks like though, guys? It looks like it's a DB world and we're just in it, because we didn't got so many DB fights so far. Like, it's a DB invasion right now.
Yeah. Previously TMF, of course. Them motherfuckers, they're coming through in force, I tell you that. They've been doing real good work recently as well. Their guys have already been picking up really good wins. Of course, one of them has to get an L here this evening, but they're both top 20 fighters. A big opportunity will be in the near future for one of these guys, should they get the fight finished in a pretty emphatic fashion. Sorry. You know as well as I do out here, Jay. Finishes mean points, bro. Earlier the better. And those points gonna skyrocket you towards opportunities in the future.
I just noticed something. I just got pissed off. My bad. I'm upset. We didn't get a finish last fight. What the?
Bro, I know.
just hit me. It just now hit me.
We were
didn't get a
very
finish.
close to one, to be fair.
Oh my
my god.
God, man.
Man, John Dodson looked good, and I respect that pick. John Dodson has really fast hands and really good boxing on this game, Doc.
Yeah, he's got really good.
Oh
hands.
my
So
God.
does Rivera,
Oh
although
my-
he's having a massive amount of issues currently. It goes down to the ground now, looking to rain down some strikes.
Oh.
Gets to deny their elbows coming out ballistic missiles, and
Oh
get
my-
another deny there.
Yo,
Well,
he's trapped.
yeah, he's not having a good time right now. John Dodson
my-
looking clean on the feet,
Fire.
cleaner on the mat. Good work, of course, from Logical to get back to his knees, but he may have just gone from the from the frying pan to the fire because he was getting pieced up on the feet moments before as well. This is tough, man. This is real tough, for Logical.
Yeah, it is. But I have a built-in excuse for you. Don't worry,
What's that?
Jimmy.
Oh God!
What excuse did you have, Jay?
I was about to say
He killed him.
Jimmy Rivera hasn't trained much because he's been focusing on being a police officer, but obviously John Dodson doesn't care.
He does not care. He just committed a murder. You say police officer. He's the one who committed a crime. Jesus.
Damn, man, I have to say, what a performance from Desinho. What a performance from Desinho. Like,
There's no way that's his teammate because that was the way he was fighting him was disrespectful. No way. He really don't like him.
I mean, that was savage, bro. that was savage.
gosh.
That's okay. Look, we have the DB boys in the chat saying Logical will be back, but it looks like Desinho, man, he's on the fast track, it would seem, to getting some big fights in the future. I think he was the number 15 coming into this one. First round finish, Doctor, you know as well as I do, doing the rankings in the back from time to time. That my God,
That's
is
going to put you into the top 10 most likely. That's a
Yeah.
good win to get, and he's looking to be on the main card next time round.
well. The pace is absolutely fantastic here this evening. We go from an Xbox top 20 fight to a PlayStation top 20 fight. Jay, I believe you know these, man. You've called their fights many a times with myself. It is between
sir.
ranked number 11, King Amazon, up against ranked number 18, NBK Vinny. Of course, Amazon has been around since the opening of the PlayStation division on the in Primetime MMA. Had mixed results, but when he puts it all together, he is a dangerous and violent competitor to stand across from, and we're getting the exact same matchup. I did not know that was going to happen.
Oh,
But God damn, that's that.
so Jimmy
Maybe
woke up.
Rivera
So,
this time, man?
he woke up. Did Jimmy wake up?
Apparently didn't even need a stretcher. He just got up. Continued
for
back
sure
in
has
the cage and
concussion.
going back at it.
No,
He has
Round
concussion.
2.
He has a concussion. There's no way.
this is like I forgot the name of the sport, man. There's that one where they get like a 10-minute ability to recover, and then they can continue. It's like a form of boxing in like Malaysia or something like that. That I feel like that's what's happened right here. He's had his 5 minutes to recover. He may not be fully there, but we'll have to see if that affects.
He's
his
nowhere near
performance.
there.
Yeah,
He's nowhere near there right now.
Let's see if it affects his performance, bro. I don't want to give him built-in excuses, but he did just get hit freaking hard.
Yeah, that's.
Well, very tentative indeed, but the uppercuts are already coming out by Johnson. He can kind of smell the blood in the air when he can. Rivera going for the clinch attempt. Looking like we're going to see more of a grappling approach done by King Amazon here.
That's smart. That's what he's up though. That's what he should do, mixing the grappling. Don't get into a straight boxing match with John Dodson. Even though Jimmy Rivera has good hands, but John Dodson's hands are really fast, Cyrus.
Yeah, we saw it in the last one, just pinpoint
Yeah.
in the way that he approaches it. He just continually, with the speed, is able to get in and out for a shorter fighter. The power that he has, the speed that he has, really allows him to be hyper competitive in this weight class. Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus, those fast hands coming out. A takedown by Dodson as well, jumping onto his opponent, following through, and now on top into full guard, working that body nice and slowly. It seems like Vinny just wants to hit all parts with the stamina as well as getting the stun to the head and knockdown.
Telling y'all, he still hasn't fully recovered, and John Dodson didn't take no damage the last time they fought. So Jimmy Rivera's kind of stuck here, Cyrus.
Well, from what I hear from the chat, apparently this is not Jimmy Rivera. This is his brother Tony, and he's out here trying to get
This Tony Rivera?
That's his Tony Rivera. Rivera, bro.
That's his twin right there?
Yeah, he's trying to get revenge for his brother, but so far he's getting the same treatment. John Dodson looks on fire, although he is eating a couple of shots right there. King Amazon starting to come alive out here, dog.
Yeah, slowly but surely coming alive. Maybe that stun woke something up in him, but Johnson still coming forward. He's just looking to put those hands to use here.
Man, I don't know. Jimmy Rivera isn't looking bad. I'm lying. Jimmy Rivera is actually landing some shots, but he's not landing enough to do anything right now.
No, cool. Nice little lead hook into the straight right there. Like you
Nice.
say, a little bit too little. Not enough at the end of it. John Dodson continues to run away with it, and stuff like that right there, Jay, when he attacks the body as his opponent's going for the overhand, just maximum damage, maximum kind of effect on the stamina and everything.
Do you know what people don't remember about how hard John Dodson hit? He dropped Peter Yan. Do no one not remember that? He dropped Peter Yan. You gotta be powerful to do that, because Peter Yan don't get hurt much.
It's true, bro. It's absolutely true. You gotta think about the speed as well that's involved, because the reason he doesn't get hurt is because he's so quick in his defense and his ability to get in and out of range and the like, be defensively sound. John Dodson is honestly a bit of a freak of nature, man. I like to compare him to a bit of a Powerball, because he does, he just seems to have endless energy, kind of always bouncing about, always incredibly fast, and obviously hits like a man triple his size.
Well, Johnson's worked to block the head and the stamina of Jimmy Rivera to the point where I think he's got an evident lead in all three of them. Maybe slight in some cases, but it's still enough to really be noticeable.
Tony Rivera. That's just not Jimmy. We got it wrong. All right. So Tony Rivera, I think he got to mix in a grappling again against someone like John Dodson, because you don't want to just have a straight striking match with someone that quick and agile who hits like a truck, Cyrus.
So fucking right, bro. So right. And look, somebody like Tony Rivera has the ability to blast double legs if he wants to. Of course, tried an ankle pick early, but the power double might be his best friend right here, because as you see, on the feet, he is getting pieced up. John Dodson too fast, too powerful for this man to stand toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah, it's looking like Herrera's going to go the same way his brother did less than 5 minutes ago on the floor and knocked out. Just Dodson putting on his pressure so much, coming forward and just not wanting to stop.
Man, Tony Rivera, you got to make an adjustment. You can't go out like your brother, man. You can't go out like your twin.
Yeah, you definitely can't. I mean, look, if from what I hear, I mean, unfortunately, Jimmy isn't doing too well in the back. If Dodson is able to get a similar result here, he may be ending a bloodline under the Primetime banner. He is fighting with vengeance. I don't know if it's a Riviera thing or not, but does not seem to be taking it lightly on this man. He is cut and bloody, and the shots continue to land on this guy.
Six down, that body is looking shot, that block is looking shot, only just managing to pull back there. It's just looking like the power of Dodson in his hands is just killer. And he's just he gets the stun hook, nearly clips him down the uppercut. Now going into the clinch. Well, it's going to be a top man, but apparently not.
So, like, why didn't they just jump John Dodson? It's two of y'all. Jump him. If he's doing this,
oh my God.
Hey, Jimmy, run out there, Jimmy. Jimmy, run out there, help him. Jimmy, run out from the back.
Oh my God. He answered back.
He said, I don't need no help.
No way! No way!
Hey, no!
Tony Rivera gets the job done! God damn! He channeled the inner force of his brother out here, and he gets the finish, Jake.
The comeback.
Power of his bloodline and
The
just
comeback.
going back.
The comeback. He really came back. He got it back for his brother. Tony
fuck.
Rivera with the win. Wow.
That's killed me, man. That's killed me.
And it was all from that little taunt Jodson did when he could have got a finish. He taunts instead of jumping, and then Amazon just comes back and kills him instantly. Jesus.
I'm still dead, bro. I'm still dead.
That's a hell of a comeback.
Oh my god.
They say Jimmy, they mean Tony, bro. Like, he's impersonating him. He didn't have a license to fight himself, but Tony, what an OG, bro. Gets it done for his brother, bro. He's obviously the better Riviera. Gets his hand raised here this evening. King Amazon, the king of comebacks, for sure. God damn, man. God damn. I feel like the momentum is so sensational. We would be amiss if we just didn't get straight on NJ into the next one. It is the featured fight of the prelim. B3 Blackout up against DB Austin JG. I mean, Austin JG, a new addition to the DB. He wasn't in there before. He's been around the scene for a long time, formerly known as Karen Till, and has a very, very entertaining striking style. Unique character, likes to sometimes get in his opponent's mind as well and really, really bring the pressure. But since he's been with DB, it'll be interesting to see what additions he has to his game, because he's going to need his A game here this evening. We know the pedigree of B3 Blackout. This man has so many highlight reel finishes on his resume. You have to take him serious at all times in that cage.
Man, I just can't believe what I just watched last fight. I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, here we go. We have Karen Till. He should have kept his name as Karen Till.
He should have, bro. He should have.
Versus AJG Gamer.
Oh no, that is Karen Till. Sorry, that is Karen
Never
Till.
mind.
Blackout.
Who's? I can't.
No, so Blackout
name back.
Nick Diaz. Now this man started off his primetime career getting round 1 KOs with Nick Diaz. So if you're gonna see a round 1 KO tonight, it's gonna be in this fight for certain.
I look forward to seeing what he can do, brother.
He's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. There's the price.
Oh, this must be B3 Blackout then. Oh, yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. B3 Blackout
right
up against Karen Till, also known as AJG Gamer, now DB Gamer. Working the body quite nicely. Apparently, he's been in the lab. The champion of the Xbox division was in the chat just saying that this guy has been working very hard on his craft and he expects big things in this performance, but he gets caught early! Woo.
Oh, my.
Everybody has a game plan until they get hit, J Diamond. Right now, his game plan may be getting thrown out the window as Nick Diaz, also known in this occasion as B3 Blackout, is bringing all forms of hell to the octagon.
Oh, my gosh. You know the whole world knows Blackout's game plan, right? But can you stop it? Can you stop this ongoing pressure? Can you stop this train running you over? Oh my god!
Oh my god! He's just coming out and just wanting to swing.
Oh.
Head kick out of nowhere, gets the knockdown, looks to get another finish here. Just
that's
rain down
mental.
shot.
It's over. It's over. That's not fair. He beat him up like that. Why he beat him like he stole something? That wasn't fair. He beat him to a bloody pulp. Like, that's crazy.
Look, Machida could have come into this one strapped. He could have had a pistol and it wouldn't have helped him.
No, he needed more than a pistol.
Bro, he needed an AR or something because that pistol wouldn't have done shit. Nick Diaz, the gangster that he is, walked forward and just slapped down his opponent like it was nothing. That is craziness. Block breaking at its finest, Jay. God, bro.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. The gun he needed, he did not unlock that yet. He has not unlocked it. That's crazy.
Oh, fuck, man.
That little pistol was not going to work in that match.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, yes. Well. I said that the action would continue incredibly quickly, and it did. These guys came out, put it all on the line. Did not go Gamer's way here this evening. Tough loss for him. But my god, what a fast knockout for B3 Blackout. Not the quickest one in Primetime's history, but the fastest one of this year, I do believe. 1 minute 45 seconds. God damn, man. He poured on that pressure. But that's what we come to expect from Blackout, right? This is what this guy does, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, That was a beat down. I don't know what to say.
Well. Guys, this first half of the card, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights to kick off the early prelims and the prelims. They have gone through incredibly quickly. Of course, we have, I think it's 6 or 7 fights left on this evening, leading towards the 2 title fights. Of course, the co-main and the main event of this evening. PlayStation in the co-main, Xbox in the main event. At this stage, of course, we want to make sure that we are sufficiently recharged to make sure that we give the full attention we can to the fights that we have upcoming. They are historic fights. They are highly contested bouts at the top end of the rankings on both the PlayStation and the Xbox division. We will be taking a short 2-minute interval at this halftime period, so grab your drinks, take your quick toilet breaks and the like, and make sure to be back within the next 2 minutes to continue the savagery that we've been putting on display. And we are back. Primetime 84, the main card is at hand. Myself, Cyrus the Looney, J-Dime TV, and Doctor Who in the commentary booth. Guys, this next section of fights, it truly has a lot of meaning towards the rankings going forward, Doctor. In every single bout that we are about to see, these guys are in or about the top 10 or top 15 in some cases. And of course, you know as well as I do, brother, especially as we've seen earlier on in the event, a big win is needed, but with that big win comes big opportunity. And I know that these guys right here, Frosty and Bang Bang, are ready and game for that challenge. Bang Bang is a former champion and obviously a well-loved member of the community. He brings a sensational style that an entire camp has been formed around. But the Regicide faithful, Frosty MMA, he is bursting onto the scene in a crazy way. 3 fights, 3 finishes, undefeated at this point in his career, going up against the toughest test to date.
Well, we saw Blackout, and we saw how he took apart Karen Till in his match in a round when one of the quickest finishes we've seen. Now, Bang Bang is the leader of that camp Blackout's a part of. This man will look to knock your head off, whether it's alive, whether it's dead. It does not matter. He's coming forward non-stop, and he will find a way to put you down. Frosty's got a hell of a tough opponent, but with Max Holloway, as we saw earlier on in the card, this man has the ability to keep coming forward himself, to survive everything, and also maintain a good stamina advantage. So, if you're Frosty here, you need to maintain that, you need to maintain your distance, and make sure you don't get pinned against that cage. Because if so, Bang Bang will cause trouble.
You know, we forgot to say. Doc's favorite fighter.
Doc's favorite fighter.
B3,
And that,
Bang Bang. Yeah, we had to add that too. But yeah, this should be a great fight. And I feel like Bang Bang got a lot to live up to just because Blackout Bullies finished that fight so fast, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. We've said one thing though. I mean, there's a big record towards Frosty. We've said it before. We'll say it again. Sparring doesn't mean shit. The bright lights is where it matters. Frosty, of course, a little bit newer to the scene. We'll have to see if that plays a factor. A little bit of the jitters under the bright light, but coming in knowing that you face this guy 20 odd times and come out better more often than not, Doc, there's got to be confidence building for him. He knew this was coming, basically, right?
Yeah, he knew this was coming. He knew the pressure, digs down to the body, and then comes over the top. Bang Bang, though, just constantly doing it now. Lovely jumping kick there, lovely teep there, is all working that cardio, and that's what you're going to be doing, because slow Bang Bang down, you need to make sure he has no stamina to fire, to be honest.
Man, both of them got a lot of stamina still right now, but Bang Bang's stamina starting to get low, but we expected that because of the pace he fight at. But Frosty has kept his composure really well, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, a Bang Bang with stamina is not Bang Bang at all, brother. He lets that shit go real quick. Your head health normally deteriorates at a quicker pace than his stamina, but as you can see right now, Holloway doing a pretty good job of staying relatively defensively sound. The block probably can't take too much more of it, and he does need to start getting into these exchanges with some really high-risk things like that right there, just to kind of get Bang Bang's respect back a little bit, Doc.
Yeah, it's just making sure he can work that stamina, which is what Frosty's doing here. Bang Bang, on the other hand, again, as we mentioned, just headhunting non-stop. The body teeps there again coming out. We saw him earlier on in this fight card do a lot of damage in one of the other fights, and with Max Holloway, in fact. And so I think he's just keeping that same idea, just working that body very slowly can be very beneficial here to just get rid of the stamina.
This is so crazy because even though stamina's low, anybody from B3 is still dangerous. They train for this, to fight at this pace. It don't matter where your stamina at. They're still going to run right through you, Cyrus.
Yeah, you can see the jab is now destroying the block. Every single jab, the block is gone. It means every single follow-up shot, the consecutive shots are going to stack through very, very quickly now as we go into the second round. It's whether or not, Frosty's done enough damage to the body to hinder the recovery rate of Volkanovski in between rounds, but Volkanovski's recovery is, honestly, that is a mythical thing, Jay. That is a mythical thing. He recovers like nobody else, bro. This guy has, he's seriously a bit of an engine out here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Man, Frosty's looking good right now, man. I can't even lie to you. Frosty has kept his composure through the storm that Bang Bang has been trying to put upon him, but even though he had success, it's not over. It's not over. You're still fighting a vet. We seen a few weeks ago, Bang Bang was in trouble and was able to get the win.
Yeah, well, I will say to you, right, that Dirty Dave, former champion, well-respected, long-time member of the community, was actually in the chat, because I know he trains with the Regicide guys from time to time, saying that Frosty is being slept on in the betting, and you can see why right now. Starting out this second round, Doctor, in a big-ass way, really taking it to Bang Bang in, trying to kind of diffuse his offense with the offense of his own.
Oh my God. Man, the stamina management is impeccable right now, too. I can appreciate that.
Just that switch kick with is really allowing most of it to happen. Holloway doesn't need too much stamina management because it's Holloway. He's got good cardio. It's just getting rid of the stamina of Vulcan. I mean, Bang Bang's, yes, he's putting on one hell of a pace, but also that body work. That body's blinking after one or two shots, and that's really just allowing Frosty just to get so far ahead where he is now.
We gotta watch the block because Volk is still dangerous, and Bang Bang jabs are hitting that block too. It's starting to frustrate him, even though he's winning, Cyrus.
Yeah, it really is. Oh my god, bro.
He's playing with fire.
Yeah, he's got 3 minutes. If Frosty's able to excel for the next 3 minutes, he may be on to a winner right here, because the third round is going to be his stamina-wise and everything like that. But
It's footwork.
the problem is that look at the way the Bang Bang just continues to connect.
That's what I was.
When you fight Bang. He's brutal in his approach. He's non-stop. He's an onslaught, and if you just let go for 1 second, if you stop firing back, which I feel like is what Frosty is feeling like to do, because he just doesn't want to fire back because his head health is low, his block's low, so the trading that's difficult even with higher stamina.
Oh my! Ooh.
There you go.
This
That's
might
what
be
he
it.
needs, but
This might be it.
Yeah, there we go. Here's the thing. If it gets back to the feet, if this match don't end, is it going to end? Oh, it's not. Bang Bang is a few shots away from actually ending this fight if he gets to his block again.
Yeah. And honestly, tying up on the ground here may even play to his benefit if it, a minute 30 can go by relatively quick. But Bang Bang doesn't want that. He's back to his feet, brother. He has a third of his stamina left, and he wants to spend it all in the next 1 minute 20. But he might not get to.
Oh my god. Oh.
Bang Bang just putting on a fight. He doesn't care. He just wants to go at you back and forth, and it's just hectic.
Oh my god.
Again.
Right-handed money out here, Jay. He's really starting to sit down on those punches.
Oh, and he stacked them. This may be over, guys.
Oh,
One.
He's still away.
how is Bang alive? If I'm Bang, I'm just hoping to God for the next 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
How is he?
And he gets it.
This is impressive. That's
He needs
impressive.
to be careful for 10 seconds to get through this round.
It's over. Great fight.
Body, and the rest will follow, Jay.
That was a brilliant performance. I can't lie to you. He took the pressure well. Bang Bang still almost got him out of there, but he stayed composed and he kept breaking him down, and he got him out of there.
Yeah, we've got a very ill Mr. Humbledink in the chat watching at home, cheering on these guys, but he came up with a very good point. Frosty needs to be taken seriously now. 4-0 under Primetime MMA, taking out Bang Bang, a big name who was also 3-0 this season. I don't know what the future holds for Frosty, but I'm telling you one thing, it is big things, Doc. He's going to be in with a good shout of some future matchups. I mean, 4-0, I don't know where that puts him, man, but it's going to be pretty high in that rankings, for sure.
Probably just outside the top 5, to be honest, by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, credit where credit is due. The Regicide coming through. Frosty is obviously one of the guys leading the front for them, and at the moment, he's on tracks to getting a title opportunity in future. I'm sure he will be eagerly watching on with the rest of the boys in the back to see who wins that main event and who is potentially one of the opponents a little bit later down the line. This is where it really gets important, Jay, to start paying attention to what your opponents and the guys at the top end, because there's a lot of footage on them. And, if you're not taking advantage of the footage that's available out there, through Primetime MMA and the other promotions, I think you're kind of missing a trick, because there is tendencies to be had on this game, and if you can capitalize on that, it leads to a lot of success very, very quickly.
Everybody has a pattern. It's just, are you going to find that pattern? And if you study who you go against, you'll find that pattern. But at the end of the day, you got to execute.
Yeah, exactly right. Talking about execution, the next guy up, MBK Goat, no longer your client, but a fantastic fighter. Nevertheless, he is a finishing... Honestly, he's a monster in that cage. More often than not, he's had some setbacks as of recently, and as a result, now finds himself defending his number 5 ranking up against STK Lewis, who is trying to climb those rankings pretty quickly, Doc, and has a big opportunity ahead of him to earn some of those very, very elusive points that we continue to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. A big win like this can definitely stick him up there, but it's going to be a very difficult fight. Although with someone like, I'm not even trying to pronounce that name, not going to lie. With someone like the fighter he's using, he's got a fight.
Which name are you talking about?
Not Usman. I can pronounce Usman.
You talking about Shavkat Rakhmonov?
Bro,
yes.
Jay just nailed it like it was nothing. That is all nonchalant
Jay
about it as well, bro. I like it. Well, going into this one, my guys, one thing I will say is that both guys are incredibly game. Rakhmad does have some fantastic striking to go with it, and I believe that he has some decent grappling, but of course not at the pedigree, I would imagine, of somebody of Usman's caliber out here.
Yeah. At first, when you said pronounce the name, I thought you were talking about his gamer tag, Twisted Batman. But you was talking about Shavkat Rakhmonov instead.
Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm going to keep trying to say that, bro.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
I'm going to do it in my own time, because I don't want to be mispronouncing it. But yeah, no, for sure. GOAT of MMA, this guy, he's got it done on the feet before, but Jay, as a former representative of him, you've seen this guy fight more than most. He does his best work on the mat, and as you can see, he's coming with a grapple-heavy routine here this evening, securing a lovely takedown early in this first round.
This is his bread and butter. His bread and butter is side control. That's his, as most grapplers, side control and his top mount. And he want to get it to the mat, but sometimes, you get and you get into it and you fight with your ego. You want to stand for too long, but he shouldn't try that against Shavkat.
Definitely, bro. The crucifix is a smothering position to be in. Usman, especially with such dominant top pressure, I would wonder if GOAT is going to try and set that up a little bit down the line. But he seems to be content to work these positions. He does slice across into top mount momentarily out here, Doc, and you've got to be liking what you're seeing from GOAT so far. Advancing position and really starting to get active.
This could be deadly. Crucifix position, it can get some even stronger knees. Does manage to get out of it. Makes the arm trap read on the side saddle as well. Now going into sprawl. Could go for another get up. I feel like he's just at the wrong angle. This game's a bit weird with these angles, but somehow manages it now into the clinch. And working those knees, does get out of it, but we're back onto the feet. Probably not for long if you're Usman here.
Oh. That looked good, right, Jay?
It did. But, you know what people forgot? People forgot that, remember, STK Lewis was once this highly touted prospect, or Reaper, and all of them were saying he's the next champ. Kind of in the same situation where I'm the GOAT was in at one point. So this should be really good between two former title contenders, Doc.
Lovely slip of the uppercut, though, by Shavkat here, and he's just having a lot of success on the feet. It definitely makes sense for why Usman took it down very early on in this round.
Yeah, I mean, he is starting to have a bit of a stamina tax as a result, but Usman recovers fantastically in between rounds, so unless he has a major papu in the next 50 seconds, he's going to be he's going to be pretty all right, bro. He's going to be pretty all right.
Yeah.
I did say papu, bro. I did say
Yeah. And I don't know if y'all are very familiar with Shavkat in real life, but I think he's a future welterweight champion.
I've seen some things, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen some things.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good fighter.
Like one of those low-key guys, because of his name so difficult to say, I don't think that he gets enough shine, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Because it's not an easy day to pronounce.
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably still be trying to learn it for about 6 months, my man. That first round, though, I will say, of course, Usman got it. Well, I'm interested to see what his recovery is, because it's not great, bro. It's not great, but
that's not great. But the ankle pick at the end, that's fantastic. Usman now with the side control. He's got the same game plan he had before. Just get a couple elbows, try to get a deny, which he did, I think, and now he's gonna just rain here.
This is his advantage. Obviously, this is where he has the advantage at. And STK Lewis has to find a way to reverse position. Dang, deny a crucifix, please. And get it back to the feet, Cyrus.
Yeah. I mean, look, one of the things about crucifix is that as long as you are able to get out on that first bit, you're okay. But if the longer you stay in it, the more grapple advantage your opponent gets. GOAT knows that, and that's why he's trying to actively work for that position. He's looking really composed here this evening, Doc. I mean, you're a grappler yourself, my man. You know, pulling these positions, trying to ride them out, and maintain some dominant positions before working the ground and pound. It's a really smart move for him so far, although that kind of wasn't
the smartest, but he managed to get his knife. Fantastic deny there, to be fair. They have to be very quick on the button. I think Usman, now you're in top mount. This is where you want to be, because side control's good, it's nice, but it doesn't have the same elbow as UFC 3, and it also, if you're against the cage, you just don't get the same damage. As you can see, you've got the screen going red. That's going to make your opponent go, ah! And then just the rest of it. So it's just like, you've got to just keep the pressure on in top mount.
Gonna get a doctor soundboard at one point, I tell you.
Oh my god.
The finishing.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is dominant.
Damage difference.
Oh, this is dominant, fellas.
That deny right there was absolutely crucial. He may have been finished if he did not get it. Was able to get back to half guard as a result as well, but he is not out of the woods yet as GOAT of MMA is making him...
Oh, my God. Oh, Mark. Man, this hurts to watch. He's dominating him right now. And SDK Lewis had success on his feet, but he can't get back there.
Usman wants to play whack-a-mole with his head by the looks of it. Jesus.
Oh, we got a reversal.
So that's a good reversal. He needed that after getting his head bounced off the canvas so many times. If I'm Sabat, I'm getting up.
Get up.
Yeah, get up. Don't waste your time. Like Usman has already made your point about he's the more superior wrestler here. Just try and whack him in the face on the feet.
Yeah.
Well, the next 50 seconds, for my money, Rakhmonov needs to really pour on the pressure, attack that body just like that, so that in the third round, he's in the best position possible to get that finish. It's going to be difficult right now, but it's all about putting the money in the bank, J-Dime, going into that third and final round.
Yeah.
Like, Sabat is scared to throw, Joe.
Oh. Yeah, he's discouraged. That's what it looks like.
Oh!
Oh, and now he may be dead.
He's flat on his back now.
That's it.
It's over.
That's it.
He just beat him like he stole something. Like that was a beatdown. Like he just got dominated on the ground.
Are we sure he didn't steal something?
Look, to be straight up with
I'm
you,
pretty sure Usman stole his soul.
He did.
Hey, well, look, brother, that head kick was pretty savage. Honestly, this is kind of what I wanted to see from GOAT. This is what he needed to get himself, back into the win column. He maybe just kind of fell in love with trying to get those finishes on the feet a little bit too much. And when he does something like this, until somebody can stop him, it's basically just one-way traffic. He's done it in the past. When he's grapple heavy, it tends to go his way. GOAT gets another, well-needed win at this stage, Jay. Well-needed win at this stage for sure. And he sets us up beautifully, brother, for the next one. A highly anticipated bout between the one and only former champion, currently lineal champion at that, in Naz, going up against the one and only BFAP, Dirty Dave. Former champion himself, finishing Phenom as of recently, and he's actually boasting currently a 10-4 record. This is rank number 1, the rank number 3 on the Xbox side of things. 9-3, the 10-4. The stakes could not be higher in this one.
Yeah, this kind of dictates who's going to be the next major player within the title picture, to be honest. This fight will really set the scene on the next couple of cards of where the Xbox division goes, because of the winner of this kind of probably ends up in a title contention very soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, these guys, quite honestly, on a normal week, this would have been the number 1 contender matchup. That's what it would have been, right? Naz had stepped away by his own decision. He was champion. He was meant to be fighting Caliber, who is challenging for the belt this evening, but unfortunately he had to pull out. Obviously, these things happen from time to time, right? Genuine reasons, and as a result, he didn't get the opportunity to fight for the belt this time out. But obviously, he now has the opportunity to earn himself or remind people on why he was the champion under this, bright banner of Primetime MMA, and doing it over somebody like Dirty Dave, who is humble in the chat, saying that this is a highly competitive fight. It could go either way. I feel like these guys respect each other's skills. They know what they bring to the table, and they're going to really, truly have to execute here this evening and showcase, what makes them truly unique as a fighter on UFC 4.
Man. This is a good fight, but if I'm Dirty Dave, I got to use my grappling more because he's fell in love with his striking as of late, and he got put on a shirt last week because of it. So I think if he wants to have a great chance, he should mix in his grappling. But he's facing someone really good like Naz, who is very well-rounded. So this should be a great fight, Doc.
I don't even want to know how Dave got put on a shirt last week.
Anyway, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. We kick it off. I would imagine that Naz is Edwards. Yes, he is. And Dirty Dave is Usman. Obviously, Dirty Dave's bread and butter typically has been his grappling. He only has 3 rounds to get it done. But he has shown us as of recently, Jay, that his striking is definitely not to be sniffed at. He's been knocking people out left and right, but Of course, that is where Naz excels, so I don't know if he wants to really mix it up on the feet with him.
Yeah, I think he has to make it a mixed martial arts match, not a striking match. Dirty Dave has to go back to his bread and butter, which is his grappling, just to mix it in, even if he doesn't get the takedown, Doc.
Yeah, just mix it in. But the issue is when you're fighting Naz is due to him being such a high level competitor, you've got to make sure that your shots are set up, and that's done by the striking, which, as you mentioned, Dave has recently worked on and improved, and that's the type of shot you need to do. Mixing the striking, then coming down, digging out. Should be noted though, if you look at the left leg of Leon Edwards, you can really see it slowly having some damage done. And that's just by the small little cut.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't matter when Naz manages
oh my.
to find this. Jesus.
Naz is a counter-striking specialist. It is a thing of beauty, taking Dave to a masterclass on that pullback counter. But of course, the former champion in Dirty Dave, not out of the fight yet, quickly recovered here. Although he is now starting to be pressed, Jay, as Naz starts to feel the momentum potentially shift in his favor.
You said it right, momentum. This is a game of momentum. Actually, most games are a game of momentum. And he took it back. He took it back with an uppercut, Doc.
Yeah, he takes it back with the uppercut, goes to get the hip tops there, but doesn't manage it. But he's up in the scorecard so far, just being slow, steady. They're trading shots in a lot of cases. The lead overhand comes there, but it's, again, that right leg is going down slowly, and I feel like it's going to go more and more into the favour of Dave there.
I know it's coming from Naz when he slips one of those uppercuts or pulls one of those uppercuts. He's going to return with some uppercuts to the body of his own. It's a signature of his. It does so well at the stamina attacks on him. You can see Dirty Dave starting to feel a bit uncomfortable as well right now up against this cage line, Jay.
This is like last week when you pressure Dave on the cage. I noticed like you can force him to throw shots he don't have to, and Naz is taking a step back and then throwing his again because he's controlling him on that cage, Doc.
Yeah, controlling very slow, steady. Now gets into the top mount position here. Up into the top mount now, and now Lovely just gets on. Dave was the one to shoot a takedown. He pulled into half guard, but then he was the one to also follow up and disengage.
Oh.
Oh my goodness!
Oh. What the uppercut? I'm not uppercut. What the overhand go? I thought the overhand was going to kill a man.
He gets a
my.
look. Oh, no, he gets that down!
Oh, Dirty Dave.
One. Oh my god! Saved by the bell, my man.
Hey, that's a great round. That was a great first round.
That was a great round. That was the best round I've ever seen so far. Jesus.
I mean, that's round of the year, easy so far, bro. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Somebody make a note of that shit, because that needs to be remembered. That was a crazy-ass round, and they start off the second in the same way!
This is looking like it's going to be quite the night. This is tense, and
It's going to be hard to live up to this one.
And a spear! Dave bringing out like classic Dirty Dave tactics and just getting a stun and a spear.
That's why they call him Dirty Dave right there, bro. That's why they call him Dirty Dave. This, I was going to say, this man's side control normally a thing of nightmares. Naz somehow manages to work his way back to the feet with minimal kind of friction in response, but... Oh, he's not in a good place.
That's done. Uppercut. The elbow.
The elbow. Oh, this is a great... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, brother.
Oh my
That
God.
close. This is fight of... This is the best fight I've seen in a while, actually.
Fight of the night. Jesus.
Oh, my...
Might be the best fight so far, man. Like, genuinely intensity level, it's high-level chess, you know, kind of being battled out here. Might be the...
Oh, no.
That was scary for 2 seconds.
Might be one of the best fights I've called, bro. Genuinely, this is crazy.
Oh. Straight. If I'm Dave, I gotta find his pattern on this after he posture up. Straight. Starts with 2 straights.
Now it's just getting up.
Oh.
I think it's a smart move. Didn't want to waste his stamina, right? Gets the rock!
Oh. Will he survive? Oh.
No! What's that?
That's the up. That's the uppercut.
That was an uppercut while stunned. Naz went to the body and he just got knocked the fuck.
I gotta say that.
Oh yeah, the night, performance of the night.
That was a great.
Jesus!
They both deserve a trophy for that. That's
Yeah, I was about to say, right, I know that obviously technically there is no winner and a loser, but there's no losers in that fight, bro. Stock has gone up for every single one of these guys. What a fight.
That's a
What
great.
was that?
Jesus.
Oh my.
That was insane.
Yup.
The chat's going crazy, bro, and rightly so. I mean, rightly fucking so. Look, Naz, take a bow. Dirty Dave, take a fucking bow. Oh, I'm speechless, bro.
That happened. Jesus. We've got another 4 fights to go. How the hell
We got more
up
fights.
that?
Oh, we got more fights. That was a
Oh
great
my
fight.
god, we got
that was
number
a
one
great fight to
contenders
watch.
next up. Jesus.
Well,
That was a great fight to watch. Oh my. How do I watch another fight after that one? It's crazy.
Genuinely, lads, we're gonna take a half second. We're not going anywhere, right? But like, before we get into this next fight, I know that those guys need a moment to calm their emotions because everybody's emotions riding at an all-time high right now. I see in the back we have an invigorated Mr. Humbledink, who has been ill throughout the entire thing, but he has been grinning year to year after seeing that finish. I tell you what, that type of that type of performance, that type of battle back and forth, that's what this entire thing is all about. Doc, I mean, you have been doing this thing with me for a long time in Primetime MMA, running these events. You've run a lot of the Friday fight nights, and let's be straight up, that was one of the most action-packed, like, 10 and a half minutes.
It wasn't even 2 full rounds.
Right.
Like, I've seen the same amount of action that happened in that fight in 5 full rounds. How? No wonder it finished halfway through the second. No wonder we were both shocked by the finish. That was insane.
Well, without further delay, guys, I think that those couple of moments allowed us all to reset. It's going to be a sensational bout. It's between 2 teammates. It is between an absolute terror on the PlayStation division in TT Hoo going up against his teammate. And from what I hear, one of the top-ranked OWC players consistently on the PlayStation division in CV, Jay Dime. This is going to make a fantastic fight. They didn't want to fight each other as teammates, and as you can see, he's going Joe Lozon, which I don't think is a smart move against CV, bro. I'll be Neymar.
Man, this should be a great match because Hoo has been at the top of the PlayStation division for a while. Former title challenger versus the up-and-coming CV, who I know how good CV is, but I know how good Hoo is too, and his 2 teammates. This should be a great match, but it's hard to live up to. Let's see, it's just crazy, man.
Well. This is craziness. He almost front kicked him with a bow.
I don't think he knew he was gonna bow.
Can you imagine that finished the fight, though? Can you imagine, bro? I don't think they'd be teammates anymore.
This is gonna be interesting because Hoo has really good composure. Oh, but what am I watching? Why is he picking Joe?
I don't know if this is like, this can't be a game plan, bro. Is he just like, oh, you
No,
throw
he's
everything?
just- no way.
He's throwing
No,
here,
he's
bro.
throwing it. Nope.
Yeah, he's
nope.
throwing it.
Nope. He can't just throw. He can't just throw. Nope. Nope. My appetite has been ruined. Appetite got ruined.
Yeah.
He's throwing.
After such a good fight as well.
Bro, why did you just?
Do you know what? This is that was a pointless
Nope.
exercise, guys. A pointless exercise that quite honestly puts a bad taste, right? I mean, we're not going to harp on about it. It is what it is. I don't know what will be. I know guys aren't going to be happy about that in the back, right? But either way, who throws a fight? CV apparently gets a W. I don't know if that can be considered a W, but I think that we just move on, pretend that fight didn't exist. I think that's probably the best bet.
Just
Okay,
Why
then.
just-
So from Danaz versus Dave, an impeccable fight. Let's go straight
Like,
into
yeah,
the number one contender
next
for
fight.
the Xbox fight. This is going to be EK Caplot versus FSK Driz. Both of these guys, I feel sorry for them because they have gone on some long win streaks just to get here. They've come from the bottom. They've had to go through killer after killer.
good.
They've had a couple putouts each, and they finally got to this position to then fight for the winner in the main event.
Yes, sir. They are just getting lobbied up. I don't think they were expecting the douchebaggery that followed a couple of moments ago, so they are currently getting set up, guys. Do apologize on the slight delays, of course, but it does make for a really interesting bout, right? As you rightly said, number one contender matchup, Doc. And just to expand on that, of course, they get the opportunity on this very same card to find out who they're going to be fighting against. They'll be watching with, eagle eyes, of course, because next time they whoever wins this bout, next time they step foot in that octagon, they will be fighting the winner of this main event here this evening for the primetime gold, which is ultimately what these guys are trying to work towards, of course. They've managed to do it so far here in the season, ranked number 2 and ranked number 4 respectively. Obviously, that is no easy task, so this is really, really where it all matters. This is the most important fight in both guys' run so far in this season.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
This is a key fight here, Jay. They've got to make sure that they can do it, that they can get there, and then they concede in it.
Man, this should be a refreshing fight after what just happened. This should be a great fight between FSK Driz
Well.
and EK Caplot.
I do have some information on that one, brother. It looks like Driz is a no-show, so I don't know what happened to that man. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he's healthy.
in a tree.
He may be in a tree. Let's hope that it's the tree and nothing worse, right? So I'm sure we'll find out, later down the line. We're pretty good with these things. Doesn't generally happen, the pullouts on these live shows, but I'm assuming something serious must have happened, because obviously he is not here this evening. But similar to what happened in the previous setup, this man, EK Caplot, who has been battling tooth and nail to get to that rank number 2, he now finds himself where he gets a bye through, so he will be the man fighting for the next championship, whether that be DB Concept or KM Caliber. I think rank number 2 on the streak that he is, it's only fair, since his opponent isn't here, that he gets that opportunity now on that buy through to go through to the next one. But that does move us on very, very nicely, guys, to the co-main event of this evening. And I think there's a nice little bit to maybe kind of get us a bit reset going into this one, alright, is going to be a little bit of a analyst booth that we had prepared a little bit earlier on. So without further ado, this is a little bit of a breakdown ahead of the co-main event of this evening, PlayStation Championship. Current champion Kai up against MBK Vuck.
The Primetime Analyst booth. Here we take a look at each competitor's path to victory. Up first, we have MBK Vuck, ranked 3 with a 7-2 record. He has an incredible fight IQ with multiple styles to employ that allow him to excel in any position, getting multiple submissions and knockouts on his resume. Taking an in-depth dive into one of his techniques, Vuck's ability to plant his feet and time his opponent using power and precision enables him to land key shots to finish the fight. As we can see in this clip against Ripe MMA, Vuck plants his feet as his opponent comes forward, catching him in the openings of a strike animation, leaving him vulnerable to a brutal 3-strike combination to get the finish. In this next clip against MBK Goat, Vuck sets up his opponent through impeccable shot selection and pattern recognition, using hooks and uppercuts to force his opponent to keep his head where he wants it. As you can see here, as soon as his opponent ducks, he seizes the opportunity to throw the finishing blow. Up next, the newly crowned PlayStation champion Kai. He has a kill or be killed style with a relentless pressure and killer instinct, meaning he can stack on damage until his opponent crumbles. As you can see in these highlights, if he's able to stun even just once, a finish is not far away.
And with that, my guys, we are back with it. It is the co-main event of this evening. It is the PlayStation Championship between the one and only reigning champion, the finishing phenom known as Kai. Currently the most hated man in the PlayStation division. People have been at his neck, J-Dime. No more so than the MBK boys, and Vuk obviously challenging him here this evening. This has all the hallmarks of what is sure to be, brother, an absolute firework battle of a fight.
Yeah, it's crazy because Kai is the most hated champion I've ever seen. But if you remember when Vuk first joined Primetime, he was the most hated man I had ever seen.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like, I don't know why. Like, that's so crazy. Two of the most hated. But I think at this point, people really hate Kai, and I don't know why. I don't know what he's done to people.
Well, he actually, like, genuinely, this guy, Kai, for the most part, like, he doesn't really take back steps. He just continually throws strikes in your face. Like this right here. Like, as you can see, the head health's basically gone, bro. He sat him down.
Oh my.
He just got jabbed in the face a bunch of times, and he just didn't like it. He went, no, okay, I'm just going to come back and I'm going to actually ruin your day.
Yeah, that just made him upset getting jabbed. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The thing I love about Kai as well, though, is he doesn't just bring this kind of crazy momentum with the hands. He will wrestle you, and he will ruin your night with that shit. So, Vuk's got to mind all of his P's and Q's. Oh my god!
Oh, and now Vuk. Oh.
Like it coming out as well. All those random strikes to throw there. He's still going back and forth a bit. It does look like Kai is having more success just in terms of being able just to fire ballistically at his opponent there.
Yeah, he got the early rock as well, right? So definitely leading at this stage, but you know that the challenger...
Vuk is doing good.
Yeah, he's come prepared, bro. He's trying to battle back, trying to go to the body, right, Jay?
Yeah, he can just keep doing what he's doing to keep his composure. If he does, he'll have stamina advantage based on how fast that Kai started. And it is a 5-round fight, so he has to keep his composure and keep landing his shots in between while it's on the feet.
Ooh.
Yeah, and interesting to note, as the highlight showed a moment ago, normally when Kai gets somebody hurt, he is able to jump on them and get the finish the first time out. But on this occasion, he decided not to follow up with the ground and pound. So I don't know if he maybe just recognized something and he's trying to bide his time for another and maybe more suitable sit down. But as you can see, it's actually allowing Vuk an opportunity to get back into this fight with the clinch attempts, throwing a couple of 1-2s. Makhachev is difficult and dangerous at this weight class, though.
Yeah, he is. It's looking like Kai's main attempt here is, as Islam's backing off, he's throwing that body kick to the body just so then he can get a bit more of that stamina deficit off to really then start capitalizing on it. See it again land there, but and again.
Yeah. Oh! He's ate a toe.
Yeah. Oh, that shit smell. He is he's looking fantastic, the champ is right now. The stamina not too great, but neither is his opponents, because he's working the body quite a lot, and honestly he's checking those leg kicks beautifully, absolutely beautifully.
I think Vuk has the wrong approach, right? When I said when he started off, he's weathering the storm and he started draining Kai's stamina. Now it's at the pace where their stamina's almost even because we're back fighting at Kai pace. This is the pace Kai wants to fight at, Doc.
Yeah, it seems very hectic, but I feel like for what in the world?
Islam!
We gonna see a new champion? Are we gonna?
We see a new champion! This a new champion!
And new.
Vuk MBK Vuk. MBK Vuk taking a win in the first round. Jesus.
Sheesh.
Look,
Sheesh. Islam with the 1-2. Oh my.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god, I can't believe. I don't even understand what I've just witnessed. I'll be honest with you. Kai came out of this looking so good in the beginning. Started to look like he was doing the typical kind of Kai swarm, and you know, it was going to be a long night for his opponent. But Vuk Gaming, you know, he's been there, seen that. He's been in difficult positions before. J-Dime had his back up against the wall before, and he has answered back with all class, getting that finish, following up, making sure not to play with his food, and ultimately that's why he walks away here this evening. His second attempt at Primetime Gold was good. The champion of Primetime MMA. Sorry, I was going to say of MBK. Primetime of Primetime MMA. MBK. Vuk Gaming. Bro, what a rise this man's had.
That was impressive.
Very impressive. And he finally struck gold. He finally got that belt Now let's see if Vuk can keep the belt, because we've had the title change a lot in the past few weeks. Let's see if he's the one to keep it. That was a great performance.
Yeah, bro. I want to point this out as well. It was within the last month that this man right here won Most Improved Fighter of 2022. In his last season, I can't remember specifically the record right now, but he has leveled up tenfold. Whether it be joining MBK, or whether or not it's just the iron sharpens iron mentality that he has had, and his approach to primetime MMA as a whole, that was a fantastic performance from him. Well-earned victory in the face of adversity. He was able to get the job done in a massive way. I mean, guys, this card has gone so sensationally quick. It has been a pleasure thus far here this evening. I think that, like we did with the co-main event, of course, we have to do this main event credit or justice. These two competitors are well known within the scene. DB Concept, current reigning champion. We spoke a lot about this fight a little bit earlier on this evening, so I think we're going to give it back to the analyst booth for a moment to give us a rundown of what to expect in what is set to be the main event of main events between the Xbox champion and competitor Concept and KM Caliber.
Next we have Mr. KM Caliber, ranked number 6 with a 7-3 record. KM Caliber, a former champion with gold on his mind, he has the ability to blend all styles together seamlessly as he works towards setting up one of his signature highlight reel finishes. One of the key areas to his success throughout his PT run has been his ability to time perfect counters, attacking the body before walking his opponent into the finishing blow. A formidable threat to the Xbox champion, the time has come for the Kingsman to prove his caliber once more. Up last, but certainly not least, it's the one, the only Xbox champion of the world, DB Concept. Boasting an impressive 6-1 record, he has been able to finish everyone in his path, with 2 former champions already on his resume. The champion has a balanced tool set but excels in striking. With a combination of intelligent pressure and impeccable shot selection, he walks down to his opponents, landing hellacious shots until he draws a counter shot to open up high vulnerability situations. Concept has fought through the trenches to earn this belt. Tonight he must defend it against the only man to beat him this season in what promises to be a truly sensational showcase.
And with that, we have it, my guys. The main event of Primetime 84. The reigning defending champion trying to get his first defense on his resume out here, Doc. It is going to be DB Concept, the absolute menace that he is, been adding knockout after knockout to his resume. Now is his opportunity to right the wrong of the only loss of his career or this season up against KM Caliber. And as we saw, Doc, in those highlights, KM Caliber, a phenom on UFC 4, just a finishing array, can do it absolutely anywhere. And honestly, his highlight reel is one to be rivaled, bro. He does it in a really clean fashion.
Yeah, he does it in a very clean fashion, very well adapted, and he understands where every strike needs to go. Concept, on the other hand, he's a phenomenal striker as well, but he's more the basic type of kind. But here you can see him putting on the pressure already, trying to corner Caliber against the cage.
And DB Concept has been looking good as of late too. So if he were to beat Caliber and defend his belt, I don't know. We may have a future. No, I'm not gonna use that word. we have a real problem on our hands, Cyrus.
Oh, for sure, brother, for sure. It's interesting to know Concept, the champion, is actually the betting favorite coming into this one. 13,000 points bet on him as opposed to the 6,000 bet on KM Caliber. But the Kingsman sits him down early with a beautiful combination, Doc. The clean timing from KM Caliber coming through.
Lovely little body tape there to put as a distance. Getting the knockdown, getting the head already, that's a good start. The leg kick's also now coming out, so you got to imagine that Caliber's just trying to figure out different angles, so if one angle doesn't work as well, he can also then start to go against for another angle.
Ooh, is Dustin going to grapple Connor?
Looks like it.
No, honestly, we said this about GOAT earlier, but Caliber's kind of a similar thing. He has beautiful striking. Honestly, sensational, right? Some of the cleanest you'll see input-wise. But he honestly just does it best when he mixes it together, Doc, when he mixes in his grappling. He is a bit of a force to be reckoned with on the mat, and testing the champion in these positions may give him the advantage that he needs to try and get himself ahead over the course of the next 5 rounds.
Gets the nod there, just happy to wait patient, trying to build this J up. He's got a long time to work. It's 2 minutes in the first round especially, and with a knockdown already in his favour, he can just kind of cruise this out. He's won the round, he's just looking for a bit of extra damage to get a feeling for how Concept wants to play on the round here.
And just grind, he can just really, I was about to say grind him out, but that sounds crazy. He can really just stay on top of him. Oh, yeah, and just get some damage off because he's winning this round, Cyrus.
Yeah, and that right there just shows the composure and the grappling pedigree of KM Caliber early. You know, finding himself on the mat and utilizing the GA and stamina advantage to move to side control effortlessly. But it looks like Concept has been, you know, kind of doing his homework because he worked his way back to half guard relatively quickly and is doing a good job of blocking a lot of these shots, although a couple of them are sneaking through, Doc. It's, you know, would be silly to say anything other than, of course, though, this seems to be the challenger's round.
This does seem to be the challenger's round so far. Getting the knockdown early on, then maintaining a lot of this ground and pound here, following through a bit also. The main thing he's got to be wary of is the stamina, but with the way he's working his body and just looking at the general stamina, it's fairly even, if not going into the favour of Caliber. It's having a lot of success so far. Oh,
that was lucky.
I
I mean, look, first round challenges. That's clear. Caliber got it. He came into this one game. He wants the wants that primetime gold back in the Kingsman trophy room, and right now, you know, doing a really good job landing that straight, planting on his shots, making sure to capitalize on big power and high vulnerability moments. But Conor McGregor has that death touch in that left hand, and if I've seen anything out of the champion, is that when this man gets going, when he starts to get the confidence flowing, then his combinations can be absolutely terrifying. But he needs to get the momentum in his favor, which Caliber is stopping at every turn right now, Jake.
Yeah, we got to see how much of a champ is Concept. What adjustments is he going to make? Is he going to let Caliber to continue to do what he wants, Doc?
It seems like Concept now is wanting to hold his center out to compete. He's trying to find shots, but Caliber's also known for finding those shots. And although Concept's going to try, I feel like Caliber so far is still doing it, unless he manages to make a big adjustment somehow.
Pressing the action is the champion trying to get back into this fight with the clinch attempt, and a couple of knees to the face does get him in a turn of position. Lovely work to continue the attack and make this fight, you know, very, very gritty, because ultimately in a striking only affair it would be likely that Concept would have the advantage, but of course he's having to second guess himself, Jay, because of the mix-ups that we're seeing from KM Caliber.
Yeah, because Caliber's making this a mixed martial arts match and not just a kickboxing match. And you have to do that against Conor too. And Dustin got the 5-star boxing to go with it, Doctor.
Yeah, it looks like Concept wants Caliber to engage. That's and to then capitalise off a counter. But Caliber's not doing that for the most part. He is now starting to lean into that a bit more. But for the most part, Caliber's happy just to walk back and then reset.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what's giving him the ability to just continue this pace.
Single shot, high variance. He's having moments of explosions just like that right there, Jay. The leg kick may get him caught if Concept decides to sit down and throw that left hand, but of course he is in an orthodox stance right now, which is not going to do him any favor in terms of the power that Conor McGregor possesses in that left hand.
Hate seeing orthodox Conor. It just looks weird to me.
Oh my god!
Oh! Overhand out of nowhere, though.
Uppercuts to the body. We'll see if he starts to look for the pull counters and the slip-offs to get the uppercut rocks to the body. It is a hallmark of his, as we saw in the highlights a little bit earlier on. Oh my god. Caliber is honestly on fire, looking as good as he ever has, with the confidence that came in from Concept and his corner into this fight. I wonder if they took Caliber a little bit lightly, even though he had a W over them. They believed that they had all of the tools to just make this an absolute whitewash, but right now, he's just having so much adversity. The champ is struggling to bounce back, though.
Yeah, Caliber's staying calm, patient. He seems to know where all his shots are
Oh,
going,
no!
but then suddenly...
Ooh. He needed that to change momentum. He needed that because it was starting to turn to Caliber, and Caliber is doing what he wanted, especially with that overhand. He needed that stun at the end.
Yeah, like, it was starting to get ugly, man. Like, he basically hadn't landed almost anything. You know, Dustin was starting to run away with it. And he may still... What a way to start the third round. Your opponent starts to think they're getting back into the fight after some success in the second, and you say, hold my beer. Throw that combination and start the third in a big, big way.
Oh, he needs this round because he may be down 2-0 right now.
He's getting that leg pull.
The measured approach here this evening from KM Caliber seems honestly the most dialed in that he has been in a very, very long time. He is no wasted movements here. Everything is pinpoint precision.
Brutal now, going down into the clinch position, coming up here. I think if I'm Caliber, I want to let the legs a bit more pink, but instead goes to the backpack, gets slammed on his back, but still in back sitting now. Bar position could have top mount or the backside. Both would do extreme damage if your opponent misreads the shot.
Man, he needs to make an adjustment now. Like, there's something he needs to do now because he's getting ran over right now, Cyrus.
It is, man, and look, we might be seeing two and news here this evening because Concept is starting to get to that point where he's getting to like the point of no return. It wouldn't be too bad stamina-wise and everything else if he had more damage off, but Caliber's done an impeccable job at being defensively sound. He really hasn't taken too much in this fight. A couple of shots to the head, but as you can see, the Concept's looking pretty good at this stage. Stamina, health, the full 9 yards.
Yeah, full 9 yards, fantastic job. Now in top mount, looking to do damage, fantastic deny. And it's just the grappling, it's the mixing the styles, it works wonderful.
Man, what is he going to do about this? Oh my.
Currently continue to get brutalized by ground and pound by KM Caliber. He is honestly looking like a menace, a man possessed on Primetime 84. Genuinely maybe his best performance. This man still finding a way to level up each and every time that he gets into this octagon. The champion did a good job of getting some denials off, but as you can see, he's just basically paddling out here. He hasn't got a raft, swimming in deep waters. It's only a matter of time before he sinks. You know, I never want to count him out too much because that left hand is money with Conor, but this is not looking good.
Oh my. Yeah, this has looked bad for a while too. This isn't new. Now this has looked bad for a lot of minutes of this fight. Ooh.
Yeah, the thing is though, that's a measured or calculated risk right there from Caliber, right? He knew that he could just let go there. What happens? He gets reversed, the animation plays out, and it ends the round. Honestly, Caliber has not taken, I don't believe, a step wrong in this fight, Doc. He hasn't taken a step wrong, and obviously, this next round right here, this is where champions are normally made. That 4th and 5th round, they are the championship rounds, and this is the deepest waters that Concept has ever been put in. and he's battling all the adversity right now. He's facing potentially losing his belt to the only man that's got a W on him, and I know that holds a lot for Concept going into this one. He wanted to right that wrong, and he wanted to obviously keep this belt, but it may be getting taken away.
Against the cage.
It's over.
My God,
It's not over? Connor!
How
Connor,
is he still alive?
How are you still... Yeah, I don't know how he's still alive. Now, what can Connor do in this situation? What can he do to win this match? Because he's on his last legs.
I mean, he can do a Hail Mary, he can plant and throw that left hand. I think that's about his best bet right now. All jokes aside, there is actually quite a bit of time, and his stamina isn't terrible, so if he can get his hands going, then of course he could be onto a winner. But the simple fact of the matter is that Calibur knows this, and he's not allowing him an inch in this fight. He sees a little bit of success on the feet, he takes him back to the ground, and even those little bunny shots right there, dog, are starting to mount up some good head damage on Conor McGregor.
He gets a reversal, sorry. Nailed to backside. His head help is blinking after a couple of rabbit punches. Gets a fantastic deny, goes up, gets denied. It's just perfect reads by both of them here. Now finally into full guard. This is a place where you can't do much damage, but you can still get a finish if correct. Winging hooks at each other. Brings back down into the guard with 2 minutes left on the clock. Calibur's got two choices: either get up or maybe try to get to top man.
He's gonna sit here. Yeah. No, I think Calibur's okay. He's content just being on top for the rest of this round if it doesn't end, because he may be sweeping him right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, Conor needs so much in so little time, and with the pedigree of Calibur and the way he seems so dialed in, he basically needs like Usman Leon Edwards moment. That's what he needs, bro. He needs to dig deep. He needs to find that head kick, find his opportunity on the feet, because obviously this isn't where he wants to be, but it's where he's found himself for maybe about 8 minutes of this fight now, dog.
Yep, there goes the back sitting. I think Calibur knows that the posture up is just going to get denied, so maybe he can try get to top mount, maybe build a bit of GA here and then do a bit of more damage to the health, and then maybe turn into the top mount to then get the wild throw at the very end. But drawing endless near the end, it's just looking more and more like McGregor's got to find something somewhere in, as you mentioned, so little time.
He needs something right now. Like, golly, it's dominant for Dustin Poirier, and as a Conor fan, this hurts me to watch.
Yeah, he is. He's not having a good time, bro. KM Calibur is in the driving seat. He is 1 round away, 5 minutes away from being the new champion. I say the new champion, or reclaiming that gold, I should say, that he had lost in the past. There's always been kind of like a triangle at the top of the Xbox division with the likes of Trixie, Dirty Dave. Normally like Naz thrown in there, or before that Calibur, of course. And Calibur right now looks, like I said, the best that I've ever seen him. He's doing this in style, and you've got to remember, this is a guy right here in Concept that is
oh my god,
this is the same guy that came off back-to-back finishes of Trixie and Dirty Dave, and now he's getting sat down time and time again by KM Calibur. His belt may be gone.
How is he not dead?
Wow.
He's got no head health.
Yeah, that's them high quality substances. That's what it is. Them high quality products keep you alive still. Conor still got something left in him right now. Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
Conor.
Remember, he did actually engage in the grappling with Dirty Dave and Trixie somewhat, so he's not terrible here, but he does get double denied. I thought he was about to get armbarred.
Calibur happy to pull Craig it for the next 3 minutes if he can.
Please don't bring up Paul Craig. I don't ever want to watch Paul Craig fight again.
Aww.
Did you watch his last 2 performances?
Probably sure. Don't think they were great if I remember correctly. But it's Paul Craig.
Yeah, but the one against Volkan Ozdemir was unwatchable. And the last one, he was holding on to Johnny Walker like a little kid when he was getting punched.
You are right, brother. Oh my
Oh
god.
my
That's
God.
gotta be it. No way.
This is it.
He survives
This is
that.
it. This is it. No, this is
He
it.
doesn't.
And new KM Caliber bringing Primetime Gold back to the Kingsman. Whew. I mean, look, Concept showing the heart of a lion, as Reaper was saying in the chat, trying to push forward, trying to keep that gold, but KM Caliber showed that he's the better man here this evening, getting a big-ass victory. And for my money, Jay, Doctor, performance of the night? Was that performance of the night?
Yeah, I would say his performance of that was impressive. He came forward.
Wait. Who else performed too?
I mean, Humble put in.
Oh, Blackout Hour. No way, he put Blackout Hour. No, Blackout Hours. Let's not forget what he did too.
This is true. This is true. There's
That's not-
definitely contenders in there. We'll get those announced in the Discord. If you're not already, make sure to join the Discord. Of course, the guys will link that in the chat for you right now. Of course, if you're not already, this man right here, JDime TV, streams Monday to Friday. For a good number of hours. Make sure to head across to his Twitch channel at JDime TV. Other than that, my guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Stay tuned for all of the upcoming news to come. Of course, we'll have Undisputed cards coming. You know that myself, JDime, Doc, Humble, all the guys in the back, been massive advocates of what Undisputed are doing. We look forward to seeing what Primetime does with the new game. I think it's going to make for one hell of a show. But we will see you next Saturday now at 8:30 p.m. GMT, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, stay safe, much love, and we'll see you in the next one.